Hi, hi everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy. I'm Scott or Zeal. My pronouns are he, him, and this is the Magnus Archives Miami, our weekly foray into horror. The Magnus Archives RPG was created by Monty Cook Games, and the podcast of the same name was created by the Rusty Quill. Both are fantastic. Go get into them. You can find them on YouTube or wherever you like your podcasts. The game itself is a fantastic implementation of the podcast. The Magnus Archives Miami is a horror campaign and may contain material not suitable for all audiences. We explore topics from deep personal fears to existential threats to humanity. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, we have everybody in. Let's make sure the audio is working this time again. Somebody say something.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. We had a little bit of an audio snafu going on like a minute before we came live. Like, oh no. Timing was incredibly, perfectly awful. All right. Why don't we have one player missing tonight. Wayra, who plays Nova DeVoe, is not feeling well. So we will play without. All right, why don't we let everybody go around, say who they are, where they can be found, and why don't we start with Walter tonight?
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Shatargat here. Walter.
Are you adding anything to that, or is that it? You don't have to.
Woo!
All right, Satori.
My name is Chenoa Reed. She, they. I am playing Satori Falk. Also, she, they. You can find me at Zephyrite, pretty much any platform, or over at Diceberg Ahead, which is our TTRPG podcast.
All right, Alder.
Hey everybody, I'm Quinn. I use any pronouns, and I am playing Alder Hughes, who uses they, he pronouns. You can find me on Bluesky at Quinn Beckham 27.
All right, and Sam.
Hi, I'm Jack. I use they, them, or he, him pronouns. I'm playing Sam Murphy, who uses he, him pronouns. You can find me on Blue Sky at Hotrod-69 and with the same user on Tumblr.
Oh, Tumblr, so funny. I love that. A very underused platform. Tonight's episode.
I've been on there for a decade. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. For how long?
A decade now.
Nice. Tonight's episode is titled Black Bottom. Last week, we ended in two very distinct places. Exiting a lunch and bringing food back for Sam as they worked in the office and missed the free lunch. I mean, you got the lunch, but you didn't get the conversation that came with it. And in Boston, where Walter fell out of the sky when Alder called them. And that led to some very interesting conversations. We're going to start, though, back in Miami. We're going to take a moment there. And Satori, Sienna Huxley comes in, and she goes, "Can I get you and Nova for a moment?"
Yeah, of course.
And she takes you to her office, and she goes, "Nova needs to go to the FBI with our law enforcement liaison. When they caught word of the information she had gathered, they wanted her to come in and help them piece together the missing murders that Teddy was potentially responsible for. So they'll be flying out in, sorry to tell you this, you have to go to the airport in like
right
3
now?
hours. So yeah,
All right.
you gotta go, and they'll, as soon as you arrive, you'll be brought in. They didn't know about half of the murders. They now know that local police in several places knew about these murders, but nobody put it together until, thank you, Nova, from them for doing that. But they need some information from you. And she looks, okay. And he goes, here's your info. You'll be flying on Delta. Don't worry. Don't get used to that. and she goes, all right, you can go. I just have something I want to talk with Story about too. And Nova gets up. All right, I'll see you later. Heads out.
See ya.
Goes to her desk, gets her laptop and the stuff she has, and heads out. She goes over to the corkboard and she takes a picture of it, just in case there's info there that isn't already in there that she needs, because she's like trying to piece things together. She sees you, Sam, and she goes, I gotta fly out. I don't know how, probably for a day or two. Do you have any info that would be useful in solving any of these Teddy murders that aren't on the corkboard?
Oh, I didn't realize I was muted, my bad. I thought it was, I'm not entirely sure. I did find out about a drug that the fire cult might have been using, but I don't know if they'd be. Well, Teddy was at the cult. Unless those two things are connected, I don't have anything.
All right. Well, I'll see you back here when I get
Right.
back. She heads out. Back in Sienna's office. Sienna is the operations manager for the office. She goes, after what happened with Maggie, I decided I wanted to see if there were any other potential risks to the team from the team that could have been,
Yeah, that would be
we
good
could
to
have been
know.
blindsided by. And she slides over an envelope to you and she goes, we have a statement from Nova from when she was 14. I'll let you listen to it. You tell me later what you think we should do. But I definitely
Yeah.
think it's worth investigating, or at least keeping an eye on whatever is going on there. And whether you decide
sure.
to share it with the team or not, that I'll leave that up to you. You may want to, if you want their assistance in kind of checking on things or checking in, looking into things, or you may want to keep it quiet if you want to.
Well,
Protect
I
the
know
privacy of
Nova's pretty
Nova.
new. I wouldn't really want to isolate them out the get-go.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I'll
let you
review it
have your you
and
can use your judgment how you want.
talk to them when they get back.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't hurt to look into everybody else on the team just so I know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, agreed. One thing that's been eating at me too, we don't know how Teddy's been getting in. They're not on the camera coming in. And we have cameras outside the office. So somehow they're skirting that.
I don't know. They were, when I encountered them, very skittish and odd physically, like overpowering. So, unless they can access the building in which most humans can't, that's my only suspicion.
All right. You may want to share that, though. That may be worth sharing. We don't know how she's been getting
Yeah.
in, but we need to find out because If
Yeah.
there's a way that someone's getting in that we don't have, that we're not knowledgeable of, that's a problem. That puts us all at more risk.
I'll walk the building. I'll walk the
Okay.
grounds.
All right. That's all I have. Anything you got for me?
Not at the moment.
All right.
I'm just hoping, to have more of my team back soon.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping they'll be back in a day or two. Maybe they'll fly
Sam
back
and I
today, who
will
knows?
have to hold the fort down.
All right. And she stands up and walks, opens the door for you and lets you out.
I'll walk out.
You get back and there's just Sam there.
So,
Just, working.
well, I guess it's just you and me, Sam.
Yep.
This won't be awkward at all, I guarantee.
And then Sam just turns around and goes back to his.
Yeah, I stand there for a sec. Just kind of look around. I'm gonna do a walk of the building.
Okay.
I'll be back.
No worries, I'll be here. Still
I'm sure.
working.
And then I awkwardly back out of the room.
Okay.
Being
You-
the boss
you
is
walk
hard.
out of it backwards.
Yeah.
And where
Then
are
I'm
you
gonna-
going?
I'm gonna walk the whole grounds, just kind of keeping my eye out for any entrances that don't have cameras on them, maybe like areas that could be easily climbed.
Well, you do have. Here, let me go to the other screen. There are 2 outdoor areas as part of your offices. Let me hide the corkboard and bring up the offices. And these areas that say court, this edge is open air. So somebody could potentially climb the building and they would be to an inner courtyard, and there are doors here, but there are cameras on these doors too. So as far as you know, those are the only, but besides the front entrance and those 2,
Yeah.
there is an entrance out of the lounge area, the staff lounge, which is always locked as far as you know, which is your back door, and that's the only one you know of.
Yeah. I guess I'll just look in those areas and even maybe across the walls or windows and see if there's any like marks suggesting somebody went up that way.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and
then I could probably try and pull security footage and see if there's like pieces missing.
yeah, and you go out through the into the court area, the 2 courtyard areas. You
Yeah.
look down, and you don't see anything that suggests if anybody did come up that they left any marks or damage. The sides of the building are not glass, so it's not like they could have squeegeed up or something like whatever they call it with suctions, not squeegee, suctions.
Yeah.
But potentially it could be climbed because it is an older building with, facades running up the sides that have. If you're a really expert climber, there's potentially handholds and stuff. So it could have been that, but there's no evidence to that effect.
Yeah. What about the ducts? Is there like pretty large duct work in
Maybe it's
our
an old
office?
building. A lot of the ductwork in older buildings were really big because they were added into what were crawl spaces at some point.
Ooh, I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go crawl around in the ducks and see if I find anything.
All right. So you go up in the ducts. Not an
Put up a
easy
chair.
thing to
Yeah.
do. And you crawl around. And it's kind of a maze. The ducts that are in there that go all different places. You disappeared for a moment. And
I was yelling at my cat.
Oh, you continue moving, and there's a really long duct on what you think would be the north facade of the building, north edge of the building, near the north edge. And it turns sharply west, and it goes for a bit, and then you get to a point where there's what's called a grill that you realize is looking down into a vending area, and that is not inside the Magnus Archives.
Oh. Uh-huh. Does this vent look loose at all? Like it's not bolted?
It looks like it's held on with tape or something. Good strong tape,
Whoever
but tape.
put this back up didn't do a good job. Is there anybody down there that I can see?
No.
Footprints on top of the vending machines to climb
No,
up?
it goes into a vending area, but not. It goes onto a table in a vending area.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. That's good to know. Well, I will come back out.
Right there.
Oh, no.
Okay. You're gonna back your way back out and
Yeah.
come out somewhere else. So the first place that you reach that you could come out is maybe 10 feet away.
Okay.
And,
yeah, I'll come out that way.
And that
Go
one has
look at the vending.
screws, but the screws are not very tight in that area either.
Okay. I just pop it off.
Okay.
I got like my little multi-tool.
And you come down into archival cabinets, in an area of archival cabinetry. Like you have all archives in here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a very, even though it's an archive, people aren't often going into and out of the archives. You could come into here pretty quietly and not make any noise that anyone would hear. You'd have to be pretty athletic to come, but the vent is high enough you could slide onto the top of an archival cabinet, which your cabinets are solid wood. They are not falling apart or making any noise.
Is this the disheveled end of the main archives?
It's not the disheveled one. This is actually organized, clean.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exit through that door towards the vending area then.
Okay, so you have to go out of the Magnus Archives around to the vending area.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're not going through? Are you going through the pipe
vent?
or whatever, the vent to there, or you're gonna
No.
Okay.
I'll be a normal person now.
Okay, so when you go to the vending area, let me get my my own map up. Just want to make sure I'm looking at the right stuff. So when you leave the offices, you leave right into the elevator lobby, but there's a service hall off to the side. And if you walk through there, you find a staff lounge for the people who work here. And the vending machines, the vending area is right next to that. And that is a long area that goes right up to the Magnus Archives back wall. And there is actually a door here, but you don't see one from the inside. It looks like it used to be a door that they just sealed and left the door.
Mm-hmm. Is it unlocked at all?
The door itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just opens up to a wall.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Is there anybody around? Maintenance of the sort?
Let me see. The rare opportunity for me to roll a die. Yeah, there's one of the people. There's a guy who does cleaning, sitting in the lounge, actually, kind of looking over at you. Not saying anything, just kind of.
Hey, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Has that event cover ever fallen off? Like been found on the ground?
Yeah, we found it was off a few days ago. We were waiting on the right screws because there's some kind of old kind of screw, so we just taped it closed. But it looked like some of the screws were missing. Maybe they'd fallen out and gotten lost, but I hadn't found them.
Well, it was this like a Thursday, Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
I don't remember which.
Yeah. Are there any like
Sure.
cameras in this area, you know?
No.
Okay.
Are you part of security? You're gonna put cameras up?
Oh, I've been thinking about it, just trying to cover blind spots.
Oh shit. Okay.
Why, you've been slacking off? I look at him
No.
sitting in the lounge area.
No, ma'am. I have not been slacking off.
All right,
Thank
then
you
you
very
got no
much. I'm
worries.
just. He looks a little distrustful of you. Yep. No worries.
And I just kind of give him a
All
nod.
right.
I like start to walk away, and then I turn back around. Did you see a woman around here hanging out recently? Just a little overly friendly. I kind of give a brief description of Teddy.
Oh. That's Maisie. That sounds like Maisie. She's been working here
Who?
for a couple weeks. Although she comes
Maisie.
and goes at the oddest times. I don't know what the hell she does around here, but yeah, Maisie.
Um, do you know where I could possibly find her?
I ain't seen her today, but I don't know. Maybe at the manager's office they can tell you where she is if she's here working.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great. Maisie. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. You can point me in that right direction.
Yeah, you go down the first floor and head over towards the observation lounge. You'll see it right on your right.
Okay, I go do that.
All right. And make sure the cameras aren't very good if you can help it.
I'll make sure they're not pointing the lounge.
Thank you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
And you head out. You get to the elevator, and Donna's there.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, Satori.
Good morning. Got
Hi.
a question. You see pretty much everybody that comes in and out of this building, I'd say.
Yeah, if they come up the elevator, I see them. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you happen to know a Maisie?
I do not.
Ah, kind of figured.
Do they work in the building?
Well, that's one of the maintenance janitorial staff said. But if I recall, and I've, studied the employees pretty hard, I don't think a Maisie works here.
Well, they use the
Unless,
service elevator anyway, so they wouldn't come up this one much.
yeah.
This one's for guests and staff of companies mostly.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go check on the other side of the building, go talk with their manager and see.
Okay.
But yeah.
You excited about the party?
Uh, Boy, am I. I am so excited about this party.
Very nice.
Food, alcohol, music. Sounds great to me.
That is a party.
Sounds very Floridian. I will enjoy it.
Add a cake and you've hit the trifecta. You got everything in place.
What kind of cake?
Well, any kind of cake makes a good party, I think. But
Okay.
if I
I didn't know if
druthers,
you heard of a specific kind of cake being
oh
there.
no,
Okay.
no idea.
It's like a chocolate German cake or Anyway, I'm too hungry for this. Could I go to floor 1?
Presses the button. You get off on 1 and you head over towards the manager's office. And the observation lounge is right up front. And just like said, right on the right-hand side, in some doors that are kind of really built into the structure pretty well. They're not obvious, but it is a door, and when you know it's there, it's clear to you.
Yeah.
You go in, and there's a person at the desk who also. This is the front desk of the hotel, so the manager's office is behind that.
Yeah.
Okay, may I help you?
Yeah, could I speak to your manager real quick? I'm right next door in the archives.
Oh, sure. One moment, please. She goes back, and a woman comes out, kind of tall. What can I help you with?
Hi, is there a place that we can speak a little bit more privately?
Sure. Come on back. And she lifts up the gate,
Yeah.
and you go back to her office.
My name is Satori. I'm with the Magnus Archives just next door. I was hoping to get a current employee list from you. We've had some unusual traffic, and we just want to make sure people, who are supposed to be in the building, aren't supposed to be in the building.
When you say unusual traffic, what do you mean by that? Do you mean?
Well, I mean, you heard about, I'm sure, the murder
Yes.
that happened next door.
Yes.
I'm just following up on some things and, making sure everything checks out.
And she takes a moment to contemplate this request.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. And she goes over to a cabinet and she pulls out a list. She goes, this is our staff list. Of course, this is unofficial. If you need to use any of this, you need a warrant. But,
Of course.
out of respect for what happened, I'm going to show you this. And this, of course, and we need to keep in confidence. And she turns
I'm
it.
sure. Yeah.
And there's a list of names of people. There is no Maisie on it.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of a Maisie working here?
I have not, but I did hear some staff person say there was somebody a couple of times over the last month acting like they were working, but nobody knew them. And at some point, somebody asked what their name was, and they said Maisie, and nothing came of it after that. She left, apparently.
Yeah. Could you give me a call if you see that person again? I wouldn't engage. Just, give me a call, give me a text if they're around, and I give them my card.
And she gives you hers. I'm Leslie. I'm Leslie Brown. I'm the manager of the hotel. So, yes, of course. If you need anything else, let me know.
Perfect. Thank you, Leslie.
And you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Boston, where are you all going from your... Actually, you were sitting out in front of the house still, I think. Is that where you were? Is that where you ended? I think you did. I don't think you were deciding where to go, but hadn't actually gone anywhere yet.
Yes, so
Or deciding what you were going to do if you were going to stay here and do something.
we were talking about performing seance.
Yeah, that's right. To
I don't know
speak
if
to your
Alder
parents or
really
something.
has. Yeah. I think Alder's really waiting to see what Walter.
Right.
You were floating and then you fell and there was screaming and then you were gone and there was fog and now there's not. Alder is just like, because we'd also talked about maybe going to the police station and then we said we needed something, like some kind of object, and now the mirror is gone, right? I'm pretty sure where we ended was
Yep.
like the mirror that we'd seen is now gone.
Correct.
So I'm not sure if we can do the seance now. So I'm just looking at Walter. I have no idea what I'm doing, or what we're doing as a group here.
The good thing is, though, the fog had cleared mostly. It's, there's a little bit of humidity in the air that's heavy, but it's not a full-on fog anymore. With that happening, Alder, you notice that over off the road, you see the building that was obviously the bakery. It has bread paint on the side, has a name and all that. But it says on the building, for sale. And you realize that the bakery isn't open anymore. And hasn't been, from the looks of it, for quite some time. Walter has a gleam in his eye that you had not seen before. That looks a little dangerous.
Probably also had that awkward silence.
Yeah, that was a good awkward silence.
So basically, Walter thinks about what to do because, one hand, he basically has some sort of base now, and he can just do some research about it. On the other hand, there is this new ability to get in contact with ghosts, and maybe Alder can reach out some answers more directly. So Walter is kind of lost, like weighing the options right now.
Alder will definitely wait like a good couple of minutes because Walter has seemed like he was processing a lot of things and wasn't responding earlier, so he seems like he needs a minute. But if that pondering goes on for longer than a couple of minutes, Alder will definitely be like, so did you want to go to the police station and like follow up with things there? If we're gonna do a seance, what do we need for that? I know there's like a process you were talking about, and we need things to get in contact with them. Um, do we want to do that now in like the middle of the day? Is that a smart thing? Do we wait till tonight?
Oh, yes. I have to admit that I don't know what's the next step, right? I mean, Walter just shows the sketch like, I have a face now. I have a face.
Face of who?
Someone from my past that is kind of not sure if started, but has some sort of role in all of this.
Walter, you know that for a seance to work, there's a few things that, not to make it work, but to make it more likely to work. Some of the things are if you have an item that this person owned or had a connection to in the past that was important to them. A location where that was of importance to them can be pretty important or pretty powerful. You always hear people say things like their true names and all that, but you've never really bought into that kind of stuff. If you have something from their body, like hair or fingernails or anything like that, way more valuable than almost anything else. But there are rituals you need to go through, and you know some of the rituals, not from a practical point of view, but from having studied other places where rituals have been done. They often involve candles and symbology marked somewhere, like on a floor or something like that. Generally, nighttime is better because it the veil is less difficult to cross in the evening when it's darker. Astronomical anomalies can be powerful towards it. So you have kind of a lot of things you could go off, and you know that potentially there are things that you have that you could use.
So,
You at least have a
I know.
location. Like this is a location right
Yeah,
here, even.
yeah. We have a location, and this location has some sort of um, supernatural presence. I mean, yeah, some part of it is lost, but it still has some sort of source, I believe. Um, Item is an important thing, and I don't know if I have anything from back in that days, or uh, I don't know if there's an item. I don't know where to find it, but possibility maybe the police station kept something from the incident. I don't know. I can go for it. Uh, I think the best option is paying a visit to the police station. So after some portion of thinking, Walter says, "Okay, I have a plan. We'll go to the police station.
Hey, remind me why we're like what we're trying to get from the police.
First of all, I have to ask for his face. Like maybe it's some sort of known person, or maybe they have some database that could match, or I don't know, give some hint to us. So if there's an organization behind all of this, maybe this is a lead. I don't know. But in the other hand, for performing a seance, we will need lots of stuff. Like we will need um, some amount of salt, candles, incense, um, an item uh, that is related to the past life of the spirit. We have a great location. Um, I'm not sure if we can try this tonight. I actually uh, we have lots of other we have lots of other elements that could help us with this process. So we can try something. Yeah. Anyways, let's hope the best and check the police station.
Hey, yeah. Um, yeah, during you speaking, Alder pulled out like I think a receipt of something from their pocket and a pen and was like writing down everything you said of like, hey, we need this and we need this and we need this. Um, this is the most detailed instructions they've ever gotten about a seance. And then at the end you're like, okay, time to go to the police station. They're like, oh, um, yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. Let's go. I'll follow your lead. I guess since it's your face and your case and your questions. But yeah, let's go.
You see that Walter looks at you like a little bit shocked. Like, do you have any further questions?
Um, I mean, I don't know if I'm like I will have further questions about the seance for sure when we get there. Um, I don't know that I have further questions about the police station though. I think that makes sense, like to go and show them the picture and see if we can get something from there.
Say that again.
Oh, just I don't know if I have any more questions about the police station. I think that makes sense, but I think that when we get to the seance stuff, I will have a lot more questions. But I can ask those in the car.
Okay, so we are heading to the police station.
Yeah. It's not far. You do have to go past the bakery that is closed. And you get to the police station. Back in Miami, Sam, you are awaiting the return of Satori, and you're following up with some of the research you'd been doing, and that pharmaceutical company Adara owns through you as you're going through. It's actually through a shell company in the Canary Islands.
Where are those geographically?
They're off Africa, but they're part of Spain.
Okay.
People go there for vacation a lot.
I don't know if I was eavesdropping during that conversation, but I think Jack and Quinn might have gotten that detail when Adara was.
Oh,
Well, we lost you for a moment.
yeah.
Oh, what part did you get?
We
Where
got
Adara
where Adara
was-
was, and then it cut
And
off.
then it cut off.
Adara was heading to Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
that's where
guys
she
got
was
that, but I
going.
did not.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. So she probably goes there often, it seems, to see production stuff.
To be shady as fuck.
I'll say. I wonder if she used it during the initiations. I don't think. Then how? I don't know.
And you're standing there, and you get Sam. They tried to reach Satori, but you're told that Don is out in the lobby and wants to come in to give you guys something.
Okay. I go out and see Don.
How are you, Sam? I
I'm
have
okay.
I have invites to the Black Bottom Ball that I'm supposed to put on the desks of all those invited. If I could come in for a moment and just drop them off.
Sure. And I lead him back to the um uh office. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta move.
No.
No, somebody's not.
I feel like it happens like clockwork. Every Sunday at 8, my internet cuts out for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's okay. So with a person missing, it throws me off. Who goes where? I may have to guess for a moment and try and get it right. Okay, I got 2 people. Oh, right there. Okay. No. What the heck? How do I keep showing in there? Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. What were you saying? That totally threw off my concentration.
I was saying, like, sure, yeah, Don can come into the office and drop
yeah.
off the invites.
Yeah. And he has a black card with gold foil on it, or gold leaf or something. And he puts one on your desk, and he puts one on
Why'd you what? Why? I don't remember being invited to a party.
well, your name was mentioned as Satori had mentioned you, and you were going to have lunch with him, so Eiley decided you should probably be invited. I can't speak for the mind of that one.
I think I will pass, but thanks.
And he goes over to Alder's desk and puts one on Alder's desk. And puts one on Nova's desk. Knocks on the door to Satori's and Walter's office. May I go in, Satori?
I don't think
Is Satori here?
Satori's not in. No,
Oh, okay.
neither of them are in. I could hold it, or
I was told
I don't think one does.
I was told I have to put it on their desk. Make sure that it ends up on their desk individually.
You can't slide it under the door? Okay.
I cannot. All right. I guess I'll come back in a bit.
All right.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon, Sam.
Yours. You
Not
too,
Sam.
Don.
He says Mr. Murphy. He's
Okay.
more formal more often. And he puts me as a little basket with all the invites. And he leaves.
Can I look at this invite and see what it looks like, or did he pick it up when I said no?
Yeah, you can look at it.
Okay, what does it look like?
It's a
What does
black
it say?
envelope, and when you open the envelope, there's a black card, and in gold, what you think is gold leaf, it says Black Bottom Ball. The Edsel's Ballroom. It'll start when you know. That's it.
Cryptic. Sam just puts it away and just sits at his desk and tries not to think about that.
And you're sitting at your desk, going over all your research, and hold on, I gotta get to something. After a while of doing research, you do start to piece potential users of the pharmaceuticals. Both of which are concerning. Espionage agencies would find value in this. And those trying to avoid being caught by those same types of agencies.
Interesting. How do they just buy it from a site or something?
They actually show no clients. You're trying to figure out who would be using these things. It seems to be an experimental lab. You don't know. I mean, they're getting all their funding apparently from through this shell company, but they seem to not have any clientele that you know. So you're kind of just piecing together, well, who would be sneaking, who would be the kinds of people who would be able to sneakily buy things like this in large enough quantities to make any kind of profit for them, and have the wherewithal, the interest and the wherewithal to do it. And those are the only two you can really come up with, is criminal organizations and anti-criminal organizations. There's no legitimate reason to hide. Well, maybe people who are trying to avoid drug tests. A third one.
But I mean, I don't. If that's what was used on, like, Sam, he doesn't think that, like, that'd be a fun hallucinogenic. So it feels like a lot of trouble for not interesting drug. If it's not a fugitive or an espionage group.
It modifies existing drugs to make them non-detectable in your system.
Oh, in which case, then yes, that would be appealing.
Yeah.
The party at the apartment of my neighbor, I had a Coke, right?
Yeah.
Can the drug be ingested that way?
I'm going to give you a research roll.
That's a 13.
From what you can gather, it can modify almost any drug taken in almost any way. It alters what happens after the drug is taken in. So it could be ingested, it could be inhaled, smoked or whatever. It could be injected, and this would help to mask that you had any drug in you at all.
Okay. Sam makes a note of that and is probably going to start bringing his own lunch and coffee to work from now on, just to be safe.
And Satori, you walk in as Sam has a very concerned look on his face. Is thinking about lunch safety, but
Do you find anything important?
Ah, yeah, just about this drug and who might be using it and how it's used. I tell Satori about the Canary Islands. I don't think you were in the room when I made that initial discovery, so I'll just tell um her anyways, and also the masking of drugs thing. So yeah, they could just put it in anything.
and you see a black card with an envelope and card on his desk in front of him
Oh,
too.
right. Yeah. Dawn came by and dropped invitations for these. I got one. Why? I don't know, but yeah. I think yep, we lost her for a
I'm
sec.
sorry, all my
That is
internet
okay.
is off. I don't know what the deal is. Did it mess with the layout again?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Yes. Are we? No, we're not good yet.
Ah.
Now we're good.
So
Right.
these drugs make it seem like you haven't taken any drugs.
Yeah, like you can't trace them in the system. Like you feel the drug, but it's like I guess if like you
So if I
put
were
it
to
if
like
you put it in like a drink or something, you'd get drunk, but it wouldn't show up in a alcohol test or something.
interesting, that would make me feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way to know if the drug is in your system or not is if you do drugs. Alcohol,
That's a good point. Yeah.
marijuana. You know that you took it. And then if nothing comes up, interesting. And they have buyers, kind of.
Apparently, yeah, like, they're not publicly listed. Just
Yeah.
seems like either spies or the people avoiding them are using
Mm-hmm.
very interesting sales tactic. Let me see.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if this has anything to do with the Red Club.
The what?
The Red Club?
Was I there when this was being talked about? I don't recall.
I think yeah, you were
Maybe
around.
part of it. I think you
Oh,
would have
okay.
heard the name. I
Okay.
don't know
I'm
if you would
pretty
have
sure.
known a whole lot of the details, but I think you
Oh,
know
okay, okay,
some.
okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's possible.
Especially if Adara is a part of this Red Club,
Oh, then yeah, definitely.
but
There's a
I
good
don't know
chance.
for sure. I'm just assuming she is, with the red,
Yeah.
kind of makes sense. But yeah, well, damn. Be interesting to know who else is in this club.
Is there a way we can find out? Like,
I mean, I could talk to Kyle.
okay.
You know, the weird one.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah. Are you going to the party tonight? Is that an
Nope,
invitation?
I don't really do parties.
Oh, is it, loud, the music, the people?
Yeah,
I don't really like parties that much either, but I know there's going to be alcohol there
I
and
don't really drink
a
either.
de-stressor. Mostly just to, forget about everything that's going on.
Mm,
Besides, you could
nah.
meet Eileen.
Oh, the owner's granddaughter?
Sure.
I don't like how you said that.
She just seems like the Eileen Gray. Like it's uncanny how alike they are.
Well, that's how genetics work.
I mean,
So,
sometimes,
That
but
was a
like she
perfect
talks
skeptic
like an
answer.
old lady. You know, she's living it up like it's in the 20s.
I don't know, maybe she just, you know how old money can be. Maybe they just keep things that way. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It was
It's
weird.
not possible that she'd be alive. Humans don't live that long.
I mean, Dawn is
You don't
pretty
believe
old.
she's a ghost, though.
No, she's not a ghost.
Okay, then it's probably just her granddaughter. There's no other explanation.
I mean, yeah. How old do you think Dawn is?
Mm. Feels like he came with the place, so
So like over 100.
he doesn't look it though. Maybe he's like
No, but he
50,
said he
60.
lost his wife like a long time ago.
Maybe he's exaggerating.
I mean, could be. Oldies do that, but it wouldn't be the weirdest thing that I've seen this week.
No, it would not.
How are you doing, by the way? You haven't been
Oh,
getting much sleep, have you?
not really. But it's better. Things are not as chaotic as they were earlier.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah,
feel you. It's weird not sleeping in my apartment.
same.
Oh, are you not sleeping in your apartment?
Stuff was happening, and there I had to go hang out with Mace for a bit.
Mm. Don't want to make it sound like an interrogation, but anything you want to talk about, get off your chest, concerns?
Actually, yeah, about this drug. I think it might have been used on me a couple times.
What makes you think that?
So, a while back, there was a party at my apartment, and I went to talk to my neighbor to, hey, turn the music down. She offered me a Coke, and I started seeing things that didn't make sense.
You think she gave you hallucinogens and drug?
Maybe not intentionally, it's a party, but
Yeah,
and then I think it might have happened a couple days ago, right after the cult building burned down.
yeah. Does it say anywhere how long something like that's been in your system?
It's hard to trace. I don't think. Maybe it's like 8 hours or 2 hours. I can't quite remember.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, if you start seeing things and you think somebody, roofied you or something or other, take 2 shots of alcohol. get a drug test. If the alcohol shows up and nothing else, go
Good
from
point.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't want to say
Oh,
you're crazy, but I've seen crazier things. And if somebody is drugging you, well, this Teddy person is known to get really close to people. Sorry,
thought
that
of that
might have not been
horrifies
the
Sam.
best thing to say. I don't mean to terrify you or, yeah. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
making this worse.
it's eh, it's all right.
Well, there's always space open here if you need it.
That's very
Sienna,
appreciated.
yeah, Sienna offered it. Might as well take her up on it.
I mean, I'm good now, but if it comes up again, I might do that.
All right. And follow your gut too. If something doesn't seem quite right, do what you best.
Okay. Thanks.
Of course.
In Boston, you arrive at the police station. It's a small station. It's a smaller. It's not a big station. It's not like you're in the city of Boston. You're in a suburb of Boston, so it's a smaller station. Walter, you know where it is. You've actually been here probably at some point in the past when the house went down. You were probably brought here for before moving you into the orphanage you were moved to. You know, and you get there and there's a man working the desk at the front.
So,
Yeah.
I'm just rushing towards the person and leaning on a little bit, like, hello.
Yep. What can I
I'm
do for
looking
you?
for I'm looking for an officer called Raymond Frederick with C and K.
Let me see if he's in. Hold on. Who's calling? Who are you?
I'm Walter North, and Walter brings out his private detective ID.
Ah, and in a logbook, he actually writes down your ID information. Give me a sec. He'll be out here in a minute. You can go sit in that room right there, and he points to a room with an open door that looks like a small meeting room or something.
Okay.
I need to log you into.
Yes, Alder Hughes, I'm with Walter.
Do you have I? Can I see your identification, please? Your ID.
Um, did I see what ID Walter gave? Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to determine, do we have I don't know if we have a, like, ID that would link us to the Magnus Institute or not.
you have a business card. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll just give my regular ID.
Your license or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Logs that. All right, you can join them. And a few minutes later, this kind of older police officer comes in. Which one of you is Walter?
Whoa, you're really old.
He's pretty old. It was a long time ago when this happened.
Yeah.
And he
I'm
comes in.
just
He sits down across from both of you.
okay.
He obviously doesn't recognize you from 20 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever it was.
I'll just say, hello, officer. It's kind of your situation that you don't recognize me, but okay. you will probably recognize the case I was working on. Uh, I'm a private detective, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually working on some sort of uh, cold case that turned into some sort of urban legend.
Okay. Which
Um,
cult case? And actually, which urban legend? The Chupacabra?
if I say firehouse, would that ring
Oh,
a
yeah.
bell?
Oh, yeah, the firehouse.
Remember his story?
Were you the kid that lived there? Oh my
Yes.
God, you were the
Yeah.
kid. Oh my
Yes.
God. And
Now
he
you're
stands
getting
up
younger.
and he puts his
Now you're
hand
getting
out.
younger.
He puts his hand out for you and kind of waits for you to see if you put your hand in his hand.
Uh,
And if there's no response, he pulls his hand back. But if there is a response, he'll leave it in
uh,
there. And he puts his
weirdly,
other hand on yours when you put your hand out. And if when you start to put it in out, he kind of reaches forward more and goes, "It is kind of it's amazing to see you after all this time to know that you went through the system and you came out a detective. I'm I gotta say," and he's still holding your hand like, I'm really proud to see you like this. Very few kids come through the orphanage system, especially the old one back then, and come out the other side and not only in good shape but doing good things. Is this your son?
no.
Oh,
Um, Officer, are you sure if you're right?
well, I mean, I'm retiring, and he looks at his watch. A couple days. He was old. He was old then, and he's really old now.
Uh, okay. I mean, I was here like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I
10
was
years
doing
ago.
some research.
That's all it was. It seemed like it was a lot longer than that.
Uh, I was working on the statements about that night,
Yeah.
and currently, uh, there are some other cases that I cannot share the details, but I would like to learn uh, if you have anything like, I don't know, maybe some items, objects, anything that related to that night on 1993. Do you keep anything here still?
Sure. We have logs of anything that was checked in or out. Let me give me a moment. Let me go see what I have on the firehouse. I'll see what we got. Maybe we got something that might give you what you're looking for.
Um, okay.
He leaves. About an hour later, he comes back. He goes, "Son of a bitch, you're not gonna believe it. We got a box of stuff left over. I had to go out to the warehouse in the back even for this stuff." He goes, "This was from the from from your parents, Mr. North. It was stuff lost in, we thought at the time, you may not have gotten it in the past, but because it had gotten lost in the system, but it has been found, and they at some point recataloged it to make sure that it was in here and available. But since it's no longer a crime, it is actually just your property, since you are the benefactor of whatever was left." Um,
Uh, Thank you.
I,
But
I,
as I said, it's actually related to some other cases. I don't know if you heard about some news about uh wildfires happen unexpectedly.
Yeah,
unexpected.
that house burned down a couple of times. Every time someone tries to build and move in, it burns down, and there have been deaths because of it. We've we've all assumed for many years that it was arson, but we have never caught the arsonist. And now nobody will touch that property with a 10-foot pole. Nobody is buying anything, not buying that land. Nobody is building on that land. Matter of fact, there have been requests to even dig out the foundation and get that whole thing out because he closes the door. Between you and me, people think it's cursed, and I know that don't make no sense. It's not like that's a real thing or anything, but people take it that way, and maybe if we clear it out, it'll be good to go. But of course, that takes somebody with enough money to want to do that, and nobody wants to touch it now. So it sits like it does.
There's one thing I can tell, officer, and that is, um, if multiple people start to believe in one thing, it starts to become real. So where do I sign to get these?
Well, let me go see if there's anything else, any other evidence from the other cases. Um, I'll have this check. You'll have to check this out. I'll take you over to the office for that. In the meantime, let me see what else I can dig up. This was the easiest one because it had just been recently recatalogued and it was right there on the front. Give me a moment and I'll see what else I can find. And he leaves you in there, and you're there with Alder. In a box.
This is good, right? Like what? Like is the box closed or open?
It's closed. It's one of those boxes like you'd put files in.
Mhm. Um, I don't know if you want to. Do you want to open it now? Do you want to wait?
Um, I don't know. Uh, what if we come up with some weird stuff that I can't explain right now?
Um, I mean, it's your. I know it's like case stuff, but it's also like your stuff because it's your parents' stuff. So, um, yeah, you open it whenever you want to. We can do it later. I don't think we need to right now. You're gonna show them the picture too, though, right? That you drew.
Uh, Actually, I have a second thought about it because he didn't recognize me. And you know what? That's the weirdest thing that happened since we landed on Boston. Actually,
Really? I mean, he's really old. Like uh, that kind of happens when you get old. I think that you don't have as good of a memory.
yeah, but currently I'm firehouse kid, so I came here for investigating my own case. So I expected a little bit better than this. Anyways,
Yeah, you said the
uh,
last time you were here was like 10 years ago, yeah?
something like that. It should be 2013.
Okay. And you're sure that he's the police officer who you talked to when, like, last time you were here?
Yes, but he was in a better shape.
Hmm.
A little bit better, we can say. But um, I don't know.
Um,
What do you think? Should I still show the picture to him?
um, I mean, I you could show it to someone else. Like, you don't have to show it to him necessarily. You could show it to someone else and just ask them, Because are you really a private detective, or is that like a fake ID that you carry around?
Uh, yeah, I think I never talked about it.
Oh,
Um,
no.
yeah, um, I'm a private detective for real. That's
Oh,
how I got into uh, Magnus Institute.
oh. Okay, that's really cool, actually. So, like, I mean, I guess that's kind of like having a background in like research, right? Like, you have to do a lot of like researching as a detective. Um, but yeah, anyways, um, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. Um, I don't know. I mean, if you think that something is weird or off with this officer, I mean, a whole lot of weird things have happened since we've landed, and if you're saying that this is the weirdest thing, then I feel like we probably shouldn't trust him.
I
But
mean, I don't know. It's been 10 years or something, and in this in this decade, I just started to understand some things, and looks like some people start to forget. So, I don't know. What happened to you in the last decade?
um,
That's a
well, I
big
mean,
time.
yeah, that's like a long like oh gosh, like 10 years ago, I was like in high school. Um, so like a lot of things have happened in the last decade. I think I remember a lot of them, but also like again, I think it's an age thing. Like I think maybe he's just old and needed to retire a while ago, and so maybe that's why because he seemed like he did remember you once you mentioned the house. But it's weird that like he didn't recognize your name, even if he didn't recognize what you looked like.
Yeah, uh, I don't know, but at least we can ask him to direct us to someone else, maybe someone who can effectively use some uh, police computer or something.
Yeah, I mean it's your lead. The guy, the person who you drew. Um, if you think that it would be worthwhile to get more information, I mean, yeah, we're here. We might as well. Um,
Thing
I mean, yeah, I
is,
think yeah.
actually, a seance is, I mean, could be a direct answer to lots of questions. But in the other hand, uh, more information will be more efficient in the process. So if we know more stuff about it, we can ask more detailed questions, or I don't know, maybe we don't need to ask some questions at all.
Yeah. No, I wanted to be able to get as much information as possible if we're gonna do this. So, yeah, I guess we should get all the information here that we can before we leave. I mean, we don't really
Okay.
have anything else to do today, right? We can just spend the day at the police station.
Yeah, like we don't have anything else to do. Uh, but still, we'll need to buy some things. But I don't know. I think we can handle it sometime.
Okay.
And you, after a little while, he comes back and he goes, "All right, so we do have a little bit of stuff. So there's nothing was left as evidence of a crime because there was nothing found that led us to how the fires were started. The family that bought it after yours, Mr. North, was Mark and Samuel Visconti. They had one kid, and they all perished in the fire. The whole family. The next family built their names. It was Victoria Kohler, who had three kids: Jennifer, Mindy, and Adara. Adara is the only one that survived. The other children and the parent and the mother all perished in that fire too.
Can you repeat that? And I'm
Sure. Victoria Kohler was the mother, and she had three kids. Divorced. It was just her and the kids. Jennifer and Mindy perished. Adara Kohler, her was a teenager at the time, is the one that survived.
Do you have any possible whereabouts?
We haven't really looked into it. I mean, as a teenager, she was old enough to be emancipated by the system, and that's what happened. She was emancipated, and
have any statements from her, at least?
I don't. I mean, we don't have statements. She was a teenager, and she worked. I do remember that she was quiet and particularly good at keeping quiet when questioned about things.
So you had a survivor from that weird fire incident and didn't get any statement from her?
She talked a little bit, but she had a lawyer pretty quick. The lawyer was good, and we investigated, and there just was nothing. There was nothing indicating how a fire was started. Nobody, I mean, honestly, anytime there's a fire, you always know how they started. Somebody lit something on fire with alcohol or with gasoline, if it's arson, or they catch a curtain on fire, and that is the point where everything goes up. This was not like that. We've never been able to figure out how these fires started. It's like the whole house goes up at once from everywhere. At least that's what the fire department's been telling us, and it makes no sense. Honestly, I'm glad nobody else is trying to build that house.
Okay, change of subject. I'm looking for someone that could be. I mean, there's no 100% guarantee, but that could be related to this weird fire incident that happened back in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
But I only have some sort of sketch of this person. So I would like to ask if there's any computer operator or something like that in this station that could help detect this person, like,
Well,
if he's on the records.
can I see the sketch?
Okay, here it is.
And he looks at it and he goes, it's not really that detailed. You know, we got a sketch artist. If you went to the downtown office, they have an actual sketch artist. They might be able to spend time going over this with you and detail this out and get it closer to being something that would be recognizable on a photograph.
That would help a lot.
All right. And he, instead of leaving, he just calls the front desk and asks for the name of the sketch artist, and he gives it to you and says, they're in the downtown office, and you can go see him anytime you want. He'd be happy to see you, detective. You know, I'm really sorry that you had to go through all this stuff, and it's even worse that it happened again and again, and so few people come out of that house alive.
I'm just holding his shoulder, and I just say, I have to say that it's not only in Boston. It started to show up almost everywhere. So we have to find responsible as quick as possible. So, if that's okay with you, um, uh, I'll have to see this artist as quick as possible.
All right. And he goes, you got a card? In case I get anything else, I can call you? Because you had given the info to the front desk, not to him.
I'll just give him my Magnus card.
Okay.
Just.
And he looks at the card for a little while. This is isn't this that place that looks into things like UFOs and stuff? And that is something you might do, but I don't know, like UFOs and ghosts and whatnot, things like that.
No, it's nothing like that. It's more like we provide consultation about some weird cases like this fire incident.
Oh, very interesting. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. North. Mr. Hughes. Did you say your last name? I don't know if you said it. If you didn't, he wouldn't say it. Or
Probably did at the beginning
okay.
when I was introducing myself.
Mr.
Yeah.
Hughes, yeah. And he opens the door for you, walks you out.
I'll just nod, take the box, and
yeah. Yeah, we're not going to go through all of the sketch stuff, but you end up, by the end of the day, with a much better, cleaner sketch of this person. You can give descriptions to, they alter it, and a couple hours later, damn, it's near photo.
Okay,
Definitely.
probably. I'm sorry.
I would say when we walk out of the office, like as soon as we get somewhere quiet, away from people though, I will like stop and look at Walter and be like, okay, so that's a definite link to the cult. If you and Adara are the only people who ever survived coming out of a fire in that house, like that's definitely linked to the cult. So your hunch was right.
Yes, actually, it's if you thought that it was just a hunch, I have to say that I'm kind of offended because it's. I mean, maybe I didn't mention about my past. That happens all the time, but when I say that it's serious, I mean it.
Yeah, okay, I guess, like, I didn't know what other word to use, because, like, we weren't sure until now. I guess you were sure, but I didn't know what evidence you had to base that sureness on. But now we're, like, sure. Like, an additional layer of being sure. I guess. Because we have, like, definite proof. I thought that's what we came here to find, right? Like, we came to find definite proof that this was linked to the cult. And that's that, right? Like, that's what we were looking for.
To be honest, that wasn't the thing I was looking for, but it's still a proof. Look, here's the whole story. In 1993, if I remember correctly, it was September 11th. 2:17 in the morning. There was a weird fire that covered all of the house, and I was in there, and someone brought me out, and I don't remember who did that. And then the only thing I could remember was there was some sort of shadowy figure at the door. That's the only thing I could see, and the door shut. The whole place was burning. Some neighbors came out, and then the firemen, ambulance, and all of other stuff. And I still don't remember the details of it, but there was one thing I was sure. Something weird happened in that place, and that haunted me uh, since all of my childhood, all of my teenager times, and still haunting me. And when I learned that there's some sort of fire cult doing some rituals, chantings, gathering people, sacrificing and stuff, right in that second, I understood that it was kind of related to my past. But I don't know what kind of connection it is. Still don't have any idea. But currently, Adar also has some connection with it. That's weird, but I can't say that it's unexpected.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I guess I got so like caught up in the case and all the details, I forgot how personal this is for you. Um, like all of this, and that we're, it solving that case is also important, like finding out what happened to you and why and everything with the fire. Um, is just as important as figuring everything out with the cult. Um, so yeah, no, I can see how that was, like you said, more than a hunch and something that you knew. Um, and we will hopefully get more answers tonight then. I mean, if we're,
Yes,
yeah.
but still, there's one thing. Like, um, performing a seance is always somehow dangerous, and it might go far worse when it's about this specific event. So, um, we have to be in the same page for 100%. So, if you have any doubts, we shouldn't do it.
Um, like doubts about what? That it'll work or?
Uh, Not about it. I mean, if we make it work, it could hurt you in any way that we can think of right now. It's a
Hold
possibility.
on, I've lost your audio. Damn it. I had lost your audio, or can you say something? I just want to hear if I'm hearing you now. Okay, I'm hearing you. Okay. What a night. It's crazy. Between Satori and I, we're going to just bust the stream.
Happens.
Yeah. Back in Miami, it is starting to get late. Don comes into the office again, and he finds you, Satori. I have your and Walter's invites. I need to put them on your desk if I may.
Yeah. I mean, I can take mine now too.
I was told I had to put them on the desk, and I
Oh,
followed these
Eileen.
instructions well. Yes.
I
And even if you follow him right over, he just walks and puts it on your desk. He walks and puts it on Walter's desk.
and I pick mine up. Thank you.
Hope to see you there.
I will definitely be there.
Afternoon, Sam.
Hey, oh, sorry, I thought my mic wasn't muted. Hi, Dawn.
Hope to see you there. And
Don't count on it.
he continues past. He doesn't really wait for an answer, really. And
Okay.
he leaves. And the day winds up, and I mean, there was a lot of research you were doing and everything, and it is starting to get late. Where are you going? What are you doing, Sam? I'll get to Satori in a minute.
I think I'm still like staying at Mace's place just for a bit longer, just to make sure
Okay.
uh that woman doesn't show up. So that's where Sam heads.
So, is he picking you up, or are you going there on your own?
I think I'll go there on my own because I'm trying to avoid another Mace runs into Satori situation.
Okay. So
Um,
you go down to the first floor on your way home, and you start to cross the lobby, and something catches your eye off to in the distance on the right. And when you turn and look, you see a man with red hair and two women heading to the observation lounge, which is that bar. Although that's not necessarily where the party is, but it's a little early for the party.
they haven't seen me yet,
No, they didn't
right?
notice you. They didn't notice you. They were
Okay,
walking the other way.
cool. Sam's gonna step out of the building and call Mace real quick.
All right. What's up?
Hey, remember that guy and those women that were stalking me a while back?
Yeah, the one with the colored hair, like
Yeah, he was
pink or
in
something, or
my
red.
office building. He was at the hotel just literally a few minutes ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he
Uh,
didn't see me, thankfully.
oh, I'm on my
Um,
way, and I got
yeah,
my harpoon.
thank you. That is genuinely appreciated.
You know, I've never shot anybody with a harpoon. I'm not sure what happens if you do. I'm a little
I mean, I
scared of what
think they
happens, but
die,
if I need to,
maybe.
oh, it'll kill you. It'll kill a whale. Well, I don't know. It probably won't kill a whale. It ain't that big. It'll kill a
Mm,
lobster. That's for sure.
yeah.
All right. And you hear as he's talking the car starting up and everything, and he starts heading up. You hear the car, and he
Okay.
drives uh, faster than normal. You hear it like peel out for a bit when he starts driving. And he's not a very good driver like that, but that you know. And what do
All
you
right.
do? Where are you going while you wait? You staying outside and waiting?
I might try to like, I don't know if there's like a way I can blend in with the background, just in case if they come out, they don't see me. I don't want to like hide in a bush or something because that feels ridiculous. But um, yeah, I just kind of wait.
Satori, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see if Kyle is in our room.
Yeah. You get there and he's in there. There's a black envelope on the bed that is open and everything.
You got
I
the
guess
invite.
I guess we got the party.
Yeah. Are you excited?
I I am. I mean, yes. His beard is a little fuller and like, I've had for the last well, since you know what happened when we were younger,
Mm.
I've had some weird things happening to me other than that.
Other than?
Yeah, I mean related to like my beard grows so goddamn fast, you would not believe. And it looks a little thicker already than it did yesterday. And he's not even like he doesn't even wear a beard well.
Mm-hmm.
He has too much of a baby face and it just looks just not good.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it's also the armpits and wherever else. I don't need to give you a picture of that,
Yeah,
but
Kyle, continue.
um, I get angry easy sometimes, and
Okay.
I'm not really good at dealing with that when I'm as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never been one to start a fight, like on purpose, because I would not win a fight. I don't think I'd win a fight against you. In fact, I'm almost sure I would not win a fight against you. But I don't think I'd win a fight against your friend Alder. I know, but I was mechanical. Like I knew moves, but a good wrestler that had the moves and had the passion for it, I guess. I don't know the right word for it. Always beat me. But also I feel like I have no personality, like for real. Like I'm not interested in talking to most people. I can't, and don't get me wrong, I love talking to you. You're like the only person I can talk to. I can't even go see my family. And I went looking for you for a little while after high school, because I fled after that day. Obviously you know that, but I went looking for you, and I didn't know I don't know how to find anybody. But when I accidentally came here and found you, it was an oh shit moment. If you know what I mean. Like, how did A connect to B connect to C and end me up here? It was serendipitous. If you know what I mean. It felt like it was supposed to happen. But I don't feel like you're the only person that I feel like I need to. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm terrible at this stuff.
You're doing great. You know, I felt the same way for a very long time. Things happen the way that they're supposed to happen.
I feel like I have no face and I have to scream half the time. Like, I feel like things are reaching into me and pulling me out of me, and I don't know if there's much of me left. When I come back from what happened, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I've done. I do know I did bad and wrong and hurt people. I only remember bits of that. And it's not
It's okay. You know, things happen to people, and your actions, whether you were aware of them or not, does not dictate the kind of person you are. Person here in front of me right now, that is the person I knew from high school. You have to hold on to that. Things in this paranormal world are going to try and change you, and you cannot let them.
They may already have. And you notice for the first time that bottle of cognac in the windowsill, and there's enough light bleeding, coming through. It has not been drank. You're the only person that's ever made me feel like I was better than just a shill or a shithead. And I don't know how to thank you. You've given me a place to stay for safety and security for a moment. I know we're a couple of weeks from a full moon, so I'm not worried about all that right now, but it's coming at some point, and I don't know what to do when it does. And I know what I will do when it does. I have to be away from you. I have to be away from people.
We'll be ready.
I don't even know how to thank you. Thank you so much for what you've been doing for me. And if there's anything I can do for you,
quit getting all sappy on me, Kyle.
All right,
Jesus.
we just cut a rug tonight and get rid of this this bullshit going in my head.
Let's go out, get you some nice clothes. We'll go have fun at a party, relax for a bit, try and forget everything that's been going on.
All right.
For the record, I was also looking for you after high school.
Wait, what?
I mean, I went pretty much all over looking for leads, people hunting around. Didn't ever find you, but figured you went down a path that wasn't too sightly. That's how I got to the Magnus Archives. So,
Wow. And he like, we gotta go get me some clothes like right now, if you don't mind.
yeah,
we
yeah.
we can get out of here.
Teen Wolf moment, yeah.
And
Oh.
you head out. Don is gets you down the elevator, and he smiles at Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Having a good day, Kyle? Yeah, Mr. Don, I'm doing okay now. All right. You
What
get to the
color
bottom.
would you what color Dawn do you think would go well with Kyle? We gotta go get something nice for him tonight.
Kyle looks like a wearer of brown.
Some nice earthy tones. I bet we can find a corduroy suit jacket.
Lincoln Road, you'll find stuff for sure.
All right.
And you go out, and as you're leaving, make me a perception roll.
I will. I am trained in perception. Ooh, 18.
You see off on the side, kind of trying to keep unobtrusive, Sam. And as you turn, Kyle goes, "There's a smell I recognize here."
Like what, Kyle?
It's a smell I've smelled around Teddy, but it's not Teddy. There was someone else Teddy met once.
Does it smell
And-
like ash?
And even though who's Ash?
Like the thing, ash. Kyle?
Oh.
Like fire?
No,
Ash?
no, it's a person. Like the only real benefit to all this, I can smell like a hound. And even though I don't remember a lot of things, there is no smell that goes in my nose that I won't recognize a second time.
So somebody from the Red Club is here?
I don't know, somebody that met with, or I don't know if they met, but were around Teddy at some point is here that I kind of recognize from chasing him.
That's
Sorry.
not alarming at all,
Let's-
Kyle. Right. I walk up to Sam.
Oh,
You
he didn't
you waiting-
recognize, he didn't notice you.
Okay.
Oh, hey Sam.
Hello.
Hey.
You were waiting for Maze?
Yeah. Sam's still a bit agitated from seeing those people, so he's
So Tori, do you have
Trying
any
to be as
skills
nice
in
as
anything like detecting people trying to hide stuff or keep things hidden or
I mean, I do have Watcher's know-how as a
oh,
Cypher, so I know where to look or who to ask about information.
can I do like a counter deception roll or something?
do you have something that allows you to deceive?
No, Sam's not really a big liar.
All right, you can attempt it. You just get no bonuses. You're
All
a
right.
-1, which -1 die.
Okay.
But you could roll a 20 or an 18 or something.
Okay.
You could also roll a 4.
Well,
You're like, I'm fine.
that's
good.
9.
So a 6, really. Yeah, no, you wear your
I'm, like,
emotions on your
sweating.
sleeve. He looks nervous and concerned in a way. It's subtle, but you're a pretty good judge
Yeah.
of character.
I look at Sam and I look back at the building. Are you good?
It's,
Something happened?
yes, but it's complicated.
Right.
Uh,
You know, we can wait for you for a few minutes till Maze gets here.
I might actually appreciate that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can come stand by my truck.
sure. I'll walk with you
All right.
guys there.
You go stand out the truck. 10 minutes later, Mace's car pulls up. And
Um,
he's looking at the building. He doesn't see out in the parking lot. He gets out and he starts looking around and doesn't see you out there and runs
oh
into the
no, I
building.
start. Oh no.
I give
Okay.
a whistle.
And the door opens and he backs up and does one of these. Oh,
And I will wave.
and
Yeah.
he comes over.
Okay.
Sorry, I hope
Hey.
I didn't embarrass you last
Oh,
time, Sam.
It's
Um,
it's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
how are you, Ms. Falk?
I'm good, Mace. Thank you.
You ready to go, Sam?
Yeah,
And-
yeah, ready
and
to go.
Mace looks so much like he wants to get the hell out of here, out of this
Yeah.
space of the 4 people or 5 people. 4
Sam
people.
was the same. It's like, all right, let's go before it gets
Oh.
awkward.
Mace, did you hear about the party that's happening tonight?
No, what party? Is
Oh,
that why
the
you
party
wanted to
at the
get out of here
hotel.
so bad? You're trying to
No,
avoid a party, an office party of all things.
The guy,
It's
the
no,
guy.
it's high scale party.
And his
We
hand
can't
starts
go.
to shake a little bit. Like, we, I love parties, and you know that I love parties.
I
But
give
we don't
him
have to go to a
Mace,
party.
we can't
You're
go.
right.
invitation.
We don't have to. What?
No, the guy
You
just
is
look at
there.
it, you
He's
know?
going to the party. We can't go because he's
All right.
there. It's horrible.
Wait, he's there in the party?
Who's here?
He's in the building.
Oh shit! Oh God! Yeah, we should try and get the building evacuated or something, right? I mean,
Well,
what?
Who's
it
here?
brings attention. It's some guy that's been following me for a while.
How
Sam.
long for a while?
And Sam, look at that. And by the way, he's
What?
carrying Mace is
har-
carrying a harpoon. And he goes, and look what she's got right there. And he points at your pistol on your, under your on your belt.
Mm-hmm.
The two of us, we can take care of this problem. It'll be over tonight.
I don't want to run it.
It should only take a threat. I mean, the guy doesn't
That's
even
not-
care.
Don't understand.
What did this guy do to you? What did he say?
I don't. Okay, he showed up at my grandma's house one day when I was a teenager, and they spoke in the language I don't remember. But right after he left, she was different, and then she died. I don't think I have it in me to be around him.
I won't ask you to be around him. Just give me his description. So when I go to the party tonight,
Red
I can
hair.
just keep an eye out. Red
Yeah,
hair?
very, very red hair, almost like Adar's, actually.
Huh. I look to Kyle.
And
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. There was a person that met with Teddy one time that had red hair. Had a couple
Did
of
he-
people with him too, other people.
like 2 younger women.
Yeah, but you know what's weird? They ain't got no smell. They don't have a scent. He's got a scent, but they ain't got no scent. I don't know what's up with that. I've never met somebody that don't have a scent.
Hey, that's
Hmm.
fun.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, Kyle. That is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
What's
Nice.
I hate to ask, but what's with the blowgun? Or not the blowgun, the harpoon protection. Do you need like a
it's
license to
effective.
carry for that thing?
No.
I don't. It's Florida. You just fish with the stuff. I don't
Yeah.
think you do.
I mean, you just need a
Damn.
fishing license, but you don't like need to have a license for the harpoon.
I fish all the time.
Yeah.
I got a license. I can fish anytime I want. Generally, I like to do it on the water.
I mean, yeah.
That's typically where you do it, I hope.
Anyway, I've held you up too long. I'll keep an eye out for red hair.
All right. I'm
Thank
gonna get
you.
Sam out of this place. Get him safe. He needs to be in a place that isn't this uncomfortable for him. And who knows about them.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
Drive safe.
He gets in the
And I
car
walk
and
up on these.
you get in, and they start to drive off. And Kyle's like, Mace is pretty cool. Harpoon, that's badass.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected. I think, I kind of got off on the wrong foot with Mace, considering I think I scared the shit out of him first interaction.
No surprise.
Yeah, I'm not like the best at first impressions. I'm best at impressions, but not like first impressions.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. I think you make a good impression, although you do scare people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, I
Yeah.
get it. I thought you wanted to scare people. That's why you did it.
I mean, sometimes I do, but not,
I
to
thought that was
my
a purposeful impression,
coworkers,
which case you were
friends.
great at it.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to make impressions.
All right. And we had another drop. But it's a different person tonight.
Yeah, that my Wi-Fi decided to fail on
Give me a
me.
second as we get
today.
everybody lined up
Uh,
again. That one's easy enough. Okay. And oh my god. just make
Okay,
more
it's been
persons, all
snowing
good.
here, so my
Yeah, it's been
Wi-Fi.
so heavy too.
Yeah.
Back in Boston, you get your stuff together. Where are the two of you going? Now that you have what you need, what you're looking for.
Okay, so I have some sort of list now for the seance. So I'm kind of waiting to be sure that if Alder still wants to do that.
Ask all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know, yeah, the last thing you kind of had been asking when we were having some audio issues, was if Alder had any like doubts about it, and Alder was definitely be like, no, we should definitely do it. I mean, I know that's the second time from the second person I've been told that seances are dangerous. And I know that they can be, but I think that if do it correctly and like respectfully, and you seem like you really know what you're doing, then we should be fine, and it seems like it's worth the risk because we know that we're gonna like it's the best chance we have at getting the best and the clearest answers. And also it would be really good if I'm going to try it, which I probably will at some point, to do it with supervision as opposed to by myself in our building at midnight. So this is good. This is a good idea. This is a safe and good idea.
If you think so.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I've been trying to talk to ghosts for a long time, so yeah, let's do it the correct way.
So your list,
Okay,
Walter.
so-
Oh, sorry. Go on.
It's something like we will buy some incense.
Okay.
I'll be looking for dragon blood specifically.
Dragon blood. What is dragon blood?
It's some sort of mixture for incense.
Oh, okay. All right. It's an incense type.
Like,
It's or
Yeah,
scent.
it's some sort of
Fragrance.
aroma.
Okay.
So we will go for cow bones from I don't know,
Supermarket.
butchery or something like that. Yeah, because I will carve some protective runes on the bones,
Okay.
and
You do that.
if we can find a skull that that could be useful as well.
You mean a human skull?
No, a
Okay, good, because you
cost
won't
or
find
I
that.
don't know, god skull. Actually, that could change people's
You could
attention to
find
something else. No,
an
animals.
animal like on the street,
Yeah,
like a dead animal.
yeah,
So Alder,
animals.
what do you think of this gathering of things like
Alder is taking notes and
okay.
asking every different thing you get, you do get like, okay, so what is this for? Like, what are you doing with that? What are you carving into that? Like, you get a
Okay.
million. I'm not gonna make you answer all those questions, but everything you buy or find or get is like, what? Why this? Why that? Like, why'd you
You
pick?
load up.
Even if like you're picking bones, it's like, does the type of bone matter? Like, it's just a bunch of questions about everything that you're doing, and Alder's taking very detailed notes on the whole process.
Okay. You get
Uh,
your okay, go on. Go on, Walter.
okay, so I will also get a big knife, uh,
Okay.
and also I think uh, Walter probably has something like a pocket watch or a pendulum for some
Pocket
uh,
watch.
small practices.
I can see
Okay,
with a
so
pocket watch. Not a pendulum
okay,
though.
okay, so after we gather all of the oh, I forgot one specific thing. Probably 15 or 20 kilograms of salt.
Okay. Okay, you get a lot of salt. A lot of salt.
Yeah. Uh, so the point is, um, after we gather all of these, we'll go back to the area, and I will. I mean, we will settle at the center of the area,
Okay.
and um, I will draw a circle with the salt. That will uh, that will be larger than where we stand actually, and I will draw a triangle and a reverse triangle inside that circle.
Okay.
This circle will be our focus area, uh, where the um, invocation will occur actually, and there will be a bigger circle outside of this area as well, and this will be our protection area. Like if there's some sort of supernatural energy that we could gather, the uh, the purpose is the outer circle will limit its action, so it will not just leave the area. So that will trap the energy until we end the communication. I will put candles on the um, crossing points with the circle and the
Mm-hmm.
triangles,
Yep.
and between the inner and outer circle, uh, I will put the incenses like on the uh, 4 points, like that will
Yeah.
represent west, east, north, and south.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I will start to carve some runes on the
The
bones,
bones.
and the bones will be outside of the circle just in case.
Okay.
And for the skull, it will be one of the focuses for this ritual. Uh, I will bring out the box and uh, check the items to find anything that could be used for this ritual specifically.
Sure. The most probably the best item in the group from the box from the police station was your mother had a pendant with a ruby and pearls. It's pretty hard. It would be hard to damage, but and it's strong, but it also was meaningful to her.
Okay. So, um, I will put it on the skull, and then with the knife, I will just open a scar in my palm, and I will drop a couple of uh, just a portion of blood onto the pendant and the skull, so it will kind of direct our energy to our target. So the focus is something like, uh, I have the blood, I have that person's item, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, it will direct us to Walter's mother, no one else. I mean,
Right.
that's my focus in that.
Okay.
And then uh, probably we will sit inside the crossing of the triangles, and I will ask Alder, have you ever meditated before?
Um, I've kind of tried, like when I was doing stuff like this before. I'm not very good at it. Um, like just like sitting and like letting your mind go blank.
Okay, so just sit down
Right.
and focus on this pendant right in front of you. I want you to watch it in every details, and close your eyes and imagine that details in every aspect, its shape, its brightness, its surface, all the details. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. And Walter brings out a pocket watch. Says, uh, now I want you to follow my voice and hear my voice and follow the watch. You will start to you will start to sense some sort of energy, maybe something like a tingling. And when you start to feel that, I want you to focus on the pendant and the name, Susie Moore,
Snake North. Okay.
because it's my mother's name. This is my mother's pendant, and the um, binding energy is my blood.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then we start. So my guidance is something like, close your eyes. You start to feel like everything just running away from you. You feel like you're in some sort of place like endless ocean. You start to feel that some sort of door or frame starts to appear in front of you, and when you open the door, you will enter into an area, and that in that area, you will start to feel some other people, like some sort of flickers of energy. And one of those flickers should be the right person. So you have to trust your instinct. Kind of stuff.
Walter, can I get a supernatural, not a supernatural, a mesmerism roll from you, please? Which
Okay.
will help. It sounds like it's what you are doing, and
Um,
it would benefit them in allowing them to concentrate towards this effect. Additionally, I'll need a supernatural comprehension roll from you.
Um, I have occultism trait.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You get to use that towards both.
So first roll is. What do we do for reroll?
Is it a 1 or is it something other than a 1?
It's 1.
Okay. Don't worry about re-rolling. Make your other roll.
Okay. 50.
Okay. So, Alder, you are feeling yourself being pulled into a trance almost, like a very calming state. And you know all this ceremony is happening around, but it's sort of, it fades and narrows and everything. Can I get from you an okay, and I need an intellect roll. And I have your sheet up so I can see what you
Okay,
have.
perfect. 12.
Okay. All right. Walter, you feel like Alder has reached the state of what you needed. And Alder, you do get the sensation of points. And you feel connection to them, like you're the center point. And as typically happens with you, smell and taste and color become something different and potent in your sensing of the world around you. You begin to taste ash and smelling like a rotten egg smell, like sulfurous and pretty hard to resist without retching, but you resist that. And Walter, even right in front of you, just slowly fades as you find yourself in a space that feels like a private domain of yours. And there are figures in the distance. What are you doing to them?
Focus on my voice. You have to find the right person.
And
How many?
You don't hear a voice, you hear music. Like deep, groaning cello. Low. I mean, if it is a voice, it's very slowed in pitch. But the smells and the tastes are very overwhelming. But you're resisting the effect of them. And there are figures out there.
Do I get a sense of how many figures there are? Like 1 or 2, or like 30? Like, or hundreds? Like, do I get like an amount-ish?
7,
like, not
8,
specifics, like
9,
ballpark. Okay.
7, 8, 9, something like that. Under 10.
Okay. Can I start to walk? Are they like all around me or like in front of me? Like in a particular direction?
No, they're all around you. And they're not clear.
Okay.
Like, you can't tell who they are. They're just, they're human shape, but without detail or specificity.
Okay. Then just kind of looking out into the distance in front of me. Hello? I'm looking for Susie North.
And the groaning of the
Are you
cello.
here?
And you do hear almost like they're speaking to you, but in a way where there's no clarity, and the smells roll through, ash and fire, and the smelling of things burning and embers, and one figure starts to move toward you that you fix on. The others sort of stay where they are, but it's like they disappear to leave one. And they come closer and closer, and they start to gain some feature, but not enough that you would know exactly who they are. But you know in your heart who this is. And they stand right in front of you and step to one side. And when they step to the side, you can see Walter kind of speaking or trying to guide you, but you don't hear his voice. You just hear the drone of sound and this figure next to you.
Can you talk to me? Can you tell me what happened here?
And the figure puts its hand out straight and then turns it into a finger, and the hand turns and points to Walter. And when you look at Walter, you realize you're not looking at the person you knew. There's a woman there. Maybe not even a woman, maybe a girl. And then it flickers to Walter for a moment. And then this girl is looking at you. And then it's Walter again. And you see Walter's, or this girl's, hands are clasped together in front, holding something black with embers rolling around it. And then it flickers to Walter again, and his hands are out in front like he's trying to speak to you or do something. And then it's the girl again with this black thing.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand. Can I try and get closer to the girl and try and get a better look at what she's holding?
Yeah, you only have to kind of lean forward a little bit, and it's like space becomes shallow between you and her. And this girl is looking at you, and their face looks concerned and angry. And as you come close, you feel heat. Like whatever this is in front, there's like rolling fire over it, and the whole body, the whole figure is smoldering. Walter is smoldering. And it flickers into Walter and then back to her again, holding this thing.
And can you talk to me? Who are you? How do you know Walter?
And her eyes open wide. What are you doing here? Why are you here?
I'm...
Stop looking at me!
to-
And she tries to cover her face, but her hands can't let go of this thing, and she uses that to block her face from you. And her hands look like they're in pain from holding this burning rock, for lack of a better term.
Sorry. I'm just trying to find out about what happened here. What is that you're holding?
She doesn't answer.
And who are you? It's okay, you don't have to be afraid of me. I just want to find out what happened and
You should be afraid of me.
what's happening. I don't know who you are.
And she tries to push this thing towards you and you feel the heat as it comes closer. Can I get a speed roll from you, please?
Don't fall off the desk. Okay.
Oh, and take 2
5.
stress. You're welcome. A 5, and it hits you, and you feel this burn, like you get a burn on your chest or your shoulder or something. Get away!
Get away. Why? Like, I will take a step back.
It's not even like you take a step; you just lean back, and the space goes.
Do you know Walter?
You can't have him. He's mine.
Walter is? I don't...
How do I get rid of you?
I don't know. I don't quite know who you are or what you're doing here or how I got here. I don't think that you're who I was looking for.
And then it flickers to Walter again, and it flickers back. It's almost like you're seeing 2 people in one space, and they're like fighting for that space.
Are you possessing him?
And she goes silent.
Are you a...
You can't have him. You can't have it. You need to get out. Get out of here. How did you get here?
Where is here? I'm not exactly sure I know.
And she keeps holding the stone up between your faces.
If you tell me where I am, maybe I would be able to figure out how to leave, since you clearly don't want me here.
Who are you? What's your name?
If I tell you my name, will you tell me where I am? And who you are?
Yes.
In character, I know I don't see Walter shaking his head, but out of character. Okay, my name is Alder, and I'm trying to find Susie North. I'm assuming that is not you?
That's her. And she takes the stone and uses it to point at the woman that was standing next to you. She's irrelevant. She's dead. Get her. You need to leave. She needs to leave. And she puts the rock back between your faces.
So you're not dead, then? Who are you?
And you can sense and feel a resistance to try and say, fuck, I'm Lilith. That's all you need to know. Get out of here. And you can tell she's struggling and fighting. Like, she didn't want to answer, but she seemed to be forced to.
I still don't know where I am or
You're
how
in
to
the
leave.
ethers. You've crossed to the ether.
Okay, so okay, that makes sense. That's what I was trying to do, I think. What are you doing here? Because I thought the ether was where ghosts and spirits were, but I don't think that you're dead. It sounds
This
like...
is mine.
The ether is?
These are mine. And she holds the stone, and then it flickers to Walter again. And Walter's face looks different. It looks like he's trying to say something to you, but all you hear is music, distant, low groans, and the smell gets stronger, and you feel more and more heat. You can't have anything. Nothing.
What do you think that I'm here to get? I told you I'm just looking for information and answers. I'm not here to take anything from you.
Are you of the sacred flame?
No.
Then get out. You have no business here.
Can I still see, like, because I think Walter said I entered here kind of through a door.
Yeah.
Do I see a way to get out of here?
No.
I still don't know how to leave.
You need to stay away from me. From us.
Who's us?
She doesn't answer.
Okay. Is Susie still there? Walter's mom, or?
Yeah, standing right there and just pointing at Walter or this girl.
I'll turn back to her. I don't know. I came here to talk to you. I don't know if you can talk to me. Walter's looking for answers. Okay, you can't.
And she points to Walter again.
You can't because of her? Okay. Okay. She's the reason for the fires. Right?
Actually, you don't get a head shake on that.
Okay.
It's not as simple as that.
Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe not reason, but involved with part of... Okay, okay. I think... And she's involved with the cult because she said their name. Okay. Walter and I really should have gone over specific questions for me to ask before I got here. But I think I've got a picture of it.
I think you're going to die here, aren't you? You don't know how to leave. Your body will wither and fade as you leave existence. So you will be mine soon enough also. Like them. And she moves the thing like she's pointing like them and points at all the little starlights around.
You wait. I feel like Walter told me how to leave, and I'm trying to remember both in and out of character. Because Alder, I think, got so excited in getting there that I don't think that they really held on to the instructions of, like, how to come back when you were done. But I think that Alder remembers something about, like, you needed to be, like, tied back to your body and, like, tied back, like, kind of doing the process in reverse that you did to get there. So even here in the space, Alder would be like, okay, I think I know enough. I think that is helpful enough. I'm going to... It's just the same thing, just in reverse. I'm gonna close my eyes.
And you feel a burn on your skin as Lilith burns you with this stone. Can I get a might defense roll?
Okay, now I have to ask, what do I see?
You see
I don't want-
Alder talking to somebody, but the words don't come out as words. There are sounds coming out. It's almost like someone speaking in tongues. You, though, can make a occult knowledge roll.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
I mean, when I realize, if I realize it's getting worse, I will try to intervene the connection to break it.
Okay.
I have 10.
With your bonuses from your occult
I don't know if I have any bonus.
for occult, I'm almost sure you do. Hold on. Occultism. Yep, you're trained.
Yeah.
So you have a 16 then. And you know that souls don't speak the language of the body. They have their own language that all of them can speak universally. And you've never heard it, but you immediately recognize it.
Okay, so can I just say something's going wrong?
I would say that you think that something's going right if she's talking to somebody in this soul speech. But she does look a little panicky. And then you see her body sway, and you see some of her clothing on her shoulder burn away in flame and scar him.
Okay,
And
when
then
I
you
see that-
realize something is not right.
Yeah, so the thing is, I will probably use a bottle of water for that. Like, I'll just drip portion of my blood in it, a little bit of salt in it, shake it, and start to splash it to Alder's face. Like now.
Okay, so you start preparing this really quickly.
Yeah. I'll just say, I will break this bond. I will break this bond. Come on, hear my voice. Hear my voice. Hear my voice.
Alder, you see the flickering between Walter and this girl, and she's like, stop it, no! And she holds the stone up and tries to push it towards you again. What are you doing? And then you, as it's coming, you hear for the first time Walter's actual voice in the distance. Hear my voice.
Yeah, no, will definitely try to like latch onto that. Like I'm trying to, as best as I can, do whatever got me here backwards. So like trying to be like, okay, I came through a room, like I came this place, and okay.
She's trying to make you not be able to do it. She's trying to keep you from concentrating and finding a place of grounding. And she keeps like using this stone to kind of, or this black rock or whatever, to burn at you to keep you from doing it.
I need to get, in my head I'm trying to go through like how to get away from her, like if I try and, because so far distances felt really weird, like if I just move or lean.
Yeah.
If I try really intentionally to focus on like taking a really big step back, can I actually do that? I want to see how much distance that would put between me and her.
You can try, make me a speed defense roll.
Well, again.
All right, Walter, you see Alder suddenly shuffle backwards from her own body, and her hands break some of the salt.
will try to fix the salt.
Almost there. Almost there. Come on. And the girl brings the stone towards your body, and you realize you're now behind yourself a little bit. Almost like you were seeing with Walter and that girl, like a body and you're who you are.
That's weird. I haven't done or seen that before. I feel like I should fix that.
I kind of you've never done any of this before or seen any of this before.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna try and like reverse that then and be like, wait, okay, I think I messed up.
You pull
That
yourself
feels
into
wrong.
your
I'm
body
gonna
quickly.
go
And when you
backwards.
do, the stone is right in front of you. And it's getting close again. Can I get a speed defense?
If I roll a 12 again. Okay, this dice is, I rolled 12, 5, 12, 5.
You get burned again.
I'm
And
getting
you
a
see
different
another
dice
burn
after this.
on Alder's arm, and he makes no sound where you are, Walter, but you can see there's fire damage, and you start splashing this water with your blood and salt. Alder, you start feeling splashes of something, and you start to feel yourself kind of like the space around start to open a little bit. No! And this, Walter, you feel your body lunge forward, and you did not do it on purpose. And you feel this heat rise as this girl actually takes a step and tries to burn you again. And you feel like you're kind of in a liminal space in between the two at the moment. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna go back to doing my best to just ignore her and really focus as hard as possible on the parts of the space that feel like the real world. The water and Walter and what I can hear of his voice, like really trying to focus on those things and making them more real.
Make me an intellect defense roll.
Different dice.
Okay. A much better dice. A much kinder
Yes,
dice.
because I rolled a 20.
Okay. Walter, you see Alder's eyes open wide, and suddenly they're standing in front of you, and they fall back. They had slidden through the salt, and they're burned in a couple of places. I'll tell you your damage afterwards, but you do have physical damage as well as the stress damage. And Walter, you don't know what compelled you to lunge forward, but it was probably that Alder was stuck in this liminal space and coming out. And you feel like everything is just cleared. Your water and salt and blood solution may have been what was needed.
I'm still splashing that, by the way. Like, fire is the night and the water is the light. Hear my voice. Hear my voice. Follow my lead.
Walter, I think that worked.
Oh.
I think all of that worked. Okay. I was really kind of hoping though that like damage your spirit took didn't actually hurt you, which it seems is not the case.
Behind Walter, you see the mirror.
Oh, the mirror's back.
What?
Well, I'll. Wait, turn around. Do you see the mirror or just me?
When you look in the mirror, Walter, you see the other room on fire. In the little shards of glass, the room that had the rug is just burning in it.
Okay, I was
And it wasn't there before.
I will splash the rest of my water like, go away, go away.
Walter, you have you have a good sense of understanding and feeling the risks around you from the supernatural, and you don't feel that you and Alder are safe here.
Okay.
It's just your intuition.
And my first question is, did I see any kind of effects happen on the mirror when I splashed the rest of it?
Oh yeah, you splash it all back that way, and given a few moments with it on there, and the mirror just becomes mirror to you.
Okay, I'll just grab the pendant from the ground and grab Alder. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. I guess I can tell you everything in the car.
Are you leaving Boston now, or are you going somewhere else?
I don't know. The first place I can think of is a bar nearby.
Okay.
Me all burnt and my clothes all burnt, yeah.
Back in Miami, Sam, you get in the car. You're heading back, and May's like, "Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that stuff to Satori. I can't not say things to her. Like, she knows when I'm lying or when I'm not telling something."
That's
She's
fair.
like you
She's
sometimes.
Very good. Interesting that you say that.
I can never lie to you. You would always know. You know,
True.
you have a good
But that's
sense of
different.
that.
I've known you for years. She's just very good at knowing things.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get home, get you cleaned up, get you some rest, I guess. Assuming you don't want to go to the party, which I'm assuming you don't want to go to. All right. Yeah, they're not. Okay.
Had way too many spooky, horrible things happen in the last 3 days. I'm good.
All right. You get home. You get to Mace's home. Cleans everything up. Gets you in a good place. All right. TV. Book.
I'll just read a book. Yeah.
Of course. Makes sense.
Just sit on a couch.
And he turns the TV on, not too loud, puts the harpoon gun next to him, and watches TV. Satori, what are you and Kyle doing?
Well, we are gonna go get some clothes
Okay.
for our little party.
You get
Which is
clothes
gonna
on
be great.
Lincoln Road that make him look really good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get like a pantsuit or something like that. Nothing too fancy,
Okay.
but like
cool.
professional and a little flowy, not
cool.
akin to a dress.
Nice. Okay. And you get all that taken care of. That's like easy enough. It takes probably a couple hours total, but
Yeah.
then it's starting to get near time for the party to begin.
I'm ready.
We need to go. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go have fun.
All right. Let's go. What did she say? Cut the rug?
Is that what she said?
Cut a rug. A rug. Yeah, it's an old term, old expression.
Oh. I thought it was a euphemism.
Euphemism, I guess. You know all the fancy words.
It's not that fancy.
All right. And it says it's in the ballroom. Do you know where the ballroom is?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
you
should be
go
able to
into the
find it.
building, and Don. No, Don's still at the elevator. He's running the elevator for now. But you need to go to the second floor to go to the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at you two.
I know, right? We clean up nice.
We knew that would happen. You don't have a cigarette stalk, huh? Whatever. Like Eiley.
Yeah, there's a lot hidden. Still got my holster on me. Got a pack on me.
You know it's a party, right? Not.
Oh yeah. I can never be too prepared, Don.
Okay. And he looks like he wants to say something and he doesn't. The
I can
door's
take
open. It's not a safe thing to damage the building.
I'm not gonna
that.
damage the building.
And he
I'm
points at
protecting
that.
the building.
All right.
Promise.
And enjoy the party.
We will. See you soon.
In a couple hours.
Yeah.
And you go in, and the first thing that strikes you is there's a band playing really old-timey tunes that you've never heard probably. At least most of them. It's all like jazzy 10s, 20s, even some really reaching forward 30s and 40s music. And there are probably 100 people here.
Damn. We busting.
Yeah, but the ballroom can handle considerably more than that. But most of the ballroom is a dance floor. There is an area for food off on one side, but it's mostly finger food, and there are people waiting and carrying trays for hors d'oeuvres. And you don't see Eiley.
Mm-hmm. I definitely head towards the nearest waiter with hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. And there's all kinds of different hors d'oeuvres coming around. So, yeah, you get hors d'oeuvres. Kyle grabs some too. Hold on.
Yeah.
We didn't want one. He takes 2 or 3. You want a couple more?
Absolutely.
And he grabs a couple more. They got
Like,
a
take a
table
tray
with food
at
too,
one
but
point.
hors d'oeuvres are. In Spain they
Tide
have
me
something
over.
called tapas. It's like hors d'oeuvres brought that are served at your table. Small bites.
Oh yeah.
Super
I've heard
cool.
about those. Yeah.
All right. Is somebody going to teach us how to do these dances?
I thought Dawn was, but apparently he's not coming till later, so.
All right, let's go. Should we go try it or just wait, eat?
I don't know how to dance.
Oh, crap.
I need
don't
to get
either.
shots in before.
Not like real dance. I'm
I'm gonna go to the
plan.
bar.
Okay, good idea.
I'm gonna
good
go
idea.
this way.
He follows you to the bar. Yeah, you don't mind if I have a drink tonight, right? Like, this is the night.
No,
I
you've
really
been
could
good.
use one. And what do you want?
An apple teeny.
I'm gonna try one. What the hell? Give 2 appletini.
It's soury. You sure?
No, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, I'll drink the rest if you don't.
Okay. You sound like me.
Probably
Drinks
better
come.
than whatever you were drinking in high school.
Yeah. That was. I'm not even sure that would be considered medicine, much less food. And your drinks come, and you hear the tapping of high heels coming your way. Of course you're here a little early.
Of course.
And you see Eiley coming up from behind. Kyle. What is this? I thought
cleans
you'd
up
be
nice.
in denim or something, and this is completely appropriate. Are the rest of the office coming?
I think it's just me.
You're kidding.
Everybody
All
else
those
is
invitations?
around. Yeah.
The calligrapher's going to be so disappointed.
I mean, it's a beautiful momentum at the very least. I just have to party for all the rest of them.
Me too. All right, well, can we get some lessons going on here? And from the crowd, a couple of people come out and they go, "Of course, Eiley. Of course, Ms. Gray, not Eiley. Ms. Gray, we're ready to start teaching. I knew you guys wouldn't know these dances, so I brought some instructors."
Thank goodness.
All right, get out there. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, all right, sounds good. I chug my apple teeny.
And he does the same. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but I'll finish it. I need something to smooth me through this.
It's okay. We can order a scotch or something next.
And he sets it down and heads out, and a bunch of people head out. And as the dancing progresses, and she's not dancing yet, she's actually watching everybody and enjoying her cocktails and smoking, and you see the crowd slowly get bigger. More people are showing up at the party. And It's getting tighter and tighter, and you see a red hair on some gentleman with a couple of women. He's wearing a tuxedo, and the dancing continues, and Kyle awkwardly elbows you to see if you notice.
Yeah, I notice.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye out.
Okay. And you're dancing, and eventually Eileen gets up and comes out onto the floor. Can you play the Black Bottom Blues? Let's get some of that going here. And the music changes to an older form of jazz, maybe, and she goes
20s.
Yeah, but like early 20s, maybe even in the teens. And she goes, let's get this shindig going. And she lines up between you and Kyle, and the instructors come up and start teaching all of you these dances. And the funny thing about this dance is that there's a point where you go back to back and you bump your butts to each other, and that's the bottoms part of it. And it's a funny dance. The Charleston is cute because you're so like tight, and when you're wearing the right kind of clothes, it looks very flowy. This one's a little bit more a little touchier, and when you go to do the butt bumping thing, she steps back just in time, and your butts go. She goes, "That's right. You let that move go." And she starts walking through the crowd, helping everybody like dance, even starting to give instructions, smoking, drinking. And the party goes on, and you feel the night go. What are you doing, Sam, the next morning? I'll get back to you guys. Sam?
Oh shoot! I think I missed. I missed.
Oh,
that.
I was saying
Sorry.
the next morning arrives.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did not.
What are you going to do in the morning?
What day is it? It's not a work day, right? Is it?
It is a work day.
Okay, so I gotta go to work.
So you get to work, and when you get in the building, you hear music playing and stuff like from somewhere in the building.
Like the party's still going on?
Yeah.
Is Dawn in the elevator?
Dawn is not in the elevator.
Okay. Last time I went in there and he wasn't there. I went to a very scary room.
Are
So
you
I
going to
don't know
get
if
the
I
button
want
for
to.
that?
No, I don't know.
Maybe take the
Actually,
stairs.
oh God, I might just do it. I'm not going to the party. I'm not messing with the buttons. I will climb up the stairs. 3 flights of stairs. Great.
Okay, you get to the office. And
Okay.
you're working and
Is
having a
anyone
good
else
time.
in Satori?
No.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm just working then.
A couple hours later, you realize Satori still hasn't come in. And
Murder on the dance floor. He can kill the groove.
Can I hear music from the 3rd floor? Is it
not
that
from
loud
within
or
the
no?
office, but if you leave
Okay.
the office, you can you do hear it, because the ballroom upper level is actually this floor is part of this floor, so you hear the
Oh,
music kind of
wait.
through the walls there.
Could I access that upper part?
No,
from
it's just a hole in the floor.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna
It's
say
a
'cause, like,
it's
then
a
I could just
two-story
go
tall
check.
space.
Okay. I guess I'll text Satori and be like, hey. I mean, I don't know if she's actually gonna answer, but
You don't get a
well,
response.
then I'd be. All right. Guess I'll go. I don't think it's safe to go. I will send a text to Mace to be on standby just in case. And I'm gonna go
You
check
need me to
and
come
see.
there?
Just hang around. Not quite.
You're not
Yeah,
going in
I
that.
just-
You're not going in there, are you?
It's odd because it started last night and it's like almost noon. It's weird.
You know how hard old
Something's-
people can party?
That seems out of place somehow.
Well, you can't go in there without someone to watch your back.
Fair point. All right, I'll wait until you get here.
All right, I'm on my way. He arrives shortly after.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And
let's just
and
do
he
this.
arrives. He's got a tie and like clothes.
Did you just want to go to the party? Is that
No.
what this was?
Not at
Okay.
all.
All
But
right.
I don't want to stand out like a sore thumb. You're wearing you're wearing your work attire. You look
I look
potentially
dead.
moderately appropriate.
Sure. I want to pop in, check on what's going on,
Perfect.
and pop out. It should not take too long, and hopefully we don't run into that guy or those women.
Well, if they were in there, Satori would have definitely chased them out or something.
Good point.
So you go to the party, and there are people holding at the doors. Invitation.
Oh, that's on my desk. Wait, could I have
You could have taken it. It's not a big deal.
yeah, because I don't want to have Sam run up the stairs
Yeah.
and go back down again. So I show the invitation.
And they just look at it. They open the doors, and there's a big party going on in there. And people are dancing and drinking and everything, all the stuff.
Can I see Satori? Do I have to search, or do I have to
There's a lot of people.
move through the crowd?
You'd have to
Alright.
get in there to find her.
So I just get in there. I'm just trying to peer over people's heads and move through bodies and whatnot.
I got you. Let's go. And Mace is right
Okay.
behind you. The doors close. Satori, Don does show up at a couple hours later into the night. It's pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a Cubavera, which is a type of shirt, nice slacks, really nice black leather shoes, a hat, and Eiley comes over. Don, you made the party. Is anyone going to be able to use the elevators? I think not. Excellent. We don't need people working when there's a party going on. And Don, would you like to show us some of your moves too? Clear the space. Clear the space. And Don looks like a little embarrassed. Could they play something like a bachata or merengue? Bachata, way to go. Yes, good call. And the band immediately starts playing. And he looks around and he stops for a moment. He looks at you, Satori, and he goes, would you like to dance to Eileen? To Eiley. She goes, of course, Don. And they are great dancers. Don is an amazing, really good dancer, good moves, very confident. They have a great time. And the dance, as it's going on, starts to fill in the floor around, and the dancing continues. And he eventually lets go of Eileen, who starts moving around. May I cut in? Kyle, I owe a dance to Satori. Of course. I could use a drink
over,
anyway.
Don.
And he comes over. Don't worry, I got you. I'll lead.
I've had a few drinks, so I've
It's okay.
got 2 left feet.
And he leads you through, and he makes you a better dancer. Kyle did not make you a better dancer. That was not a question. But Don makes you a better dancer. You are, even with liquor in you, are being spun and moving around the dance floor with grace. You don't know how that's happening with all the liquor in you. And when it's all over, everyone stops and there's a clapping for you. And a man comes up behind you. May I have the next? And a hand comes out, glove. And a man with a red hair is standing there. And Don says, of course. And he leaves his hand there for you.
I take his hand.
And the music starts to play, and he pulls you into a dance, and he's an excellent dancer. His moving is almost ethereal. It is like you are walking on air as you move about. And as you go, like the faces around you that are watching, they become kind of a blur. You are an excellent dancer.
No, I'm not. But thank you.
You could be an excellent dancer. You just need time, practice.
I've got a lot of other things to worry about, but thanks.
What you have to worry about? You're in my care. I will make sure that the song is played to perfection for us.
Your care.
You're in my arm as I turn you, and you turn as he does it.
Yeah.
And then he's back. And Sam, you see out on the dance floor, the red-haired man is dancing with Satori. And Kyle is standing off on the side, having a drink.
I bet he's fucking steaming.
He is looking over at a drink, under a drink, and he's not happy about it.
Okay. It's gotten complicated. What to do? Mace is like right next to me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I point out him and Satori dancing, and it's like, alright, what
shit.
do we do? 'Cause
When he goes to the bathroom, we jump him.
I'm not sure I want to catch a case right now.
Shit, okay. Maybe let's stay back a bit. Just keep an eye on what's happening. Maybe we just need to know what's going on first.
I'm gonna try to back away just because I don't want him or his people finding me, but I'll be close around. You actually, her friend Kyle's over there. You could watch next to him.
All right, let's go over by Kyle, I guess. And the dancing
I will
continues.
keep my distance a bit.
Yeah. I make sure he feels that I have a holster on my
Okay.
side.
All right. You make it obvious.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem
And
to make him concerned if that's what
Yeah.
you're trying to do.
Well, and at one point, I just kind of like lean in a little close. I know you're dangerous. You stay away from my employees. We'll enjoy this moment, but I've got my eyes on you.
Are you speaking of Sam over there?
Oh, he's seen me. Okay, great.
That's the
I
only
peek
employee
over
of
because I
yours
was
that
not expecting
I
Sam
have
to
any
be here.
concern for. And Sam is
I
over there
didn't
by Mace and Kyle, and Kyle's face is like stern. The other two are not stern, but like worried.
Yeah.
So Sam is the only one of your people I have any concern for. He has something of mine. If you
I just
would
kind of
retrieve
give
it,
him
I would
death
leave
stare.
him all alone.
I don't know what your business is with Sam, but the people that you're involved with has no business here.
Who am
Or
I involved
Sam.
with?
Red Club?
Oh, I am not a member of the Red Club.
Yeah, but you know
She
somebody
is.
who is.
And he goes, she is, and you're dancing, and you see Teddy is back in the back of the party.
Does she notice that I looked over?
No, she doesn't even be looking. You just notice he points it out. She's actually getting a drink and talking to people, and she seems to be enjoying the party just like everyone else. As far as I can tell, and he actually, no, this is the first time he's actually taken his eyes off of you while you're danced, and he actually looks around. As far as I can tell, she is the only one here who has earned that honor at this point.
Earned. Right. I understand the requirements. It's a sacrifice, not an earning. She might see it that way, though. Hopefully you're not aligned with that.
I am not here to start trouble with you or even Sam or your people or the host of this party, Eiley, or anyone else. I am here for a party. Drinking, carousing, smoking, perhaps some indulgences of the chemical kind, and then I will be done and on my way. I hope that you are enjoying the party in the same way, or as to the extent that you would prefer.
I am,
And the
and I will
music
agree
stops.
to a truce until the party is over.
And he bows. Thank you for a wonderful dance.
I give a
And-
nod.
And it's uncanny how fast those two women were right next to him when the song ended. They were like right there. And he puts his arms out, they take his arms, and he moves into the crowd and sort of meanders into,
Yeah.
a bunch of people.
Can I make a perception roll on the two women?
Sure.
Kind of like see if I can figure out why they feel off.
Okay.
11.
The only thing that strikes you is that they look, I mean, you're looking at them from the back at this point, but even from the front, they looked identical. Like identical twins. Maybe even more identical than that.
Yeah. Interesting.
And they've never spoken as far as you've heard.
Mhm.
Like, even the whole time they're here, they never said anything. Sam, you see the dance end, and the man with the red hair and the two women sort of disappear into the crowd. And out of the corner of your eye, you see Teddy way across the room, also here.
Oh boy, this could not get any worse. Walk.
You know, the
Wait,
best way to blend is to dance. What do you think? Kyle nudges you in the back as he, like, inadvertently, as he heads out to the dance floor. You looked great, Satori. You moved like an angel out here. Sorry.
Thanks.
I look begrudgingly at Mace. I'm like, do you want to dance?
What? No.
We'll
Okay.
blend in
Okay.
better
If you twist
if
my
we do
arm.
it. All right,
Okay.
we can do the thing. And I try to get like me and Mace close to Satori so I can talk to her and just be like, "Are you okay? That was weird."
Yeah, you get close enough that you can.
Yeah. Teddy's here.
And
Oh,
you're
no, I
dancing
saw
while
her.
that's happening.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
very. What do we do? What do we do?
I'm keeping my eye on her.
Back in
What did?
Boston. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna ask, like, what did the guy say to you?
He said that he doesn't have any other business with anybody except you. And I told him that, well, I said it much nicer than this, but I said you could shove it up your ass because, he'd have to go through me, pretty much. I did lightly threaten, but
I appreciate that somewhat. Thank you.
yeah. So,
And
might
I'm really sorry to
might
bring
need
you
to.
into all this.
It's fine. There's so many things going on, but I'd love to know why he wants something that you have.
I couldn't tell you. Probably something from my grandma, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have a hell of a time trying to get it.
Yeah.
In Boston, you guys get back, the two of you get back to the hotel or do whatever you're going to do. There's not a lot you still need to do in Boston, I think. You tell me. If not, it's been a couple days and you realize you haven't heard anything from Satori or Sam in at least 24 hours at this point. And that's not like the office, like them in the office. Nova, you texted you and said she had to go to the FBI and do some work with them for a couple of days.
I mean, Walter, whatever, do you have anything else we should do here?
I don't know. I mean, now we have a clear face. We have a clear face, and maybe heading back and using our own resources to understand the stuff better would be an option. And I think we have to have a little bit of rest about all of this stuff at least for a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, I am kind of at a loss of what we do now with all the information that we got. I'm still trying to piece everything together in my head from everything that I saw.
We still need to talk about the details.
Yeah. I don't know if I should like wait and tell everybody like what we found, but I think this concerns you very specifically, and I know that you can be really private with your past. Um, I th- I don't want to say this wrong because it's important, and I don't know if like possessed is exactly the right word, but I think you might be possessed.
What?
When I was in the ether, which I learned is the word for it, I saw someone else and you occupying the same space, like where your body was. And she said that her name was Lilith, and she's not dead, I don't think. Like, I don't think she was a ghost or a spirit per se. And she's not the direct cause of the fires. But I think that the people in the cult are like sacrifices to her, and she's collecting people's souls, like the people who died in the fire at your house, like your mom, who was there but couldn't speak to me
Like what
because of
Adara
her.
did in the church?
I think so. I didn't see what Adara did in the church, but based on what you guys told me, I think yes.
You said little girl?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. I mean, I was 6 years old, and that figure was bigger than a little girl.
I mean, maybe not like like a girl, but I don't know if like little is the right description. She could have been bigger than you when you were 6. I don't know. I don't like the figure that you drew is different. She's not that. I think she's like, I don't know. You were sharing the same space as her in a way that was really weird. And it was like I was looking at you, but then seeing her, like it was flashing between the two of you. And your hands were in like the same position as her hands. And she was holding this like burning black spear thing.
It was more like a
ball-
rock. It was like a ball.
Rock, okay, okay.
Like
Rock ball thing, yeah. And you were like doing the same motion with your hands. And she had like warmth emanating from her, and you had like a warmth emanating from you. Like it seemed like you were the same person.
I will not say that it's ridiculous, but there has to be some sort of meaning for this. I don't feel like I'm possessed. I don't feel any supernatural harm.
I maybe you can't feel it because like it can't be felt in this realm.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we can try to make another connection maybe sometime later. But it's like currently there's nothing much to do here.
Yeah. She was really unhappy about me being there. But I and she was very untalkative. She did not want to tell me anything. It even seemed like saying her name, she was like forced to say it. Like she didn't want to tell me her name, and I had to ask a whole bunch of times.
Walter, you know that if something is compelled by an agreement, they have to do it. But it can be difficult for them to do it because they can fight it, but they can't not do the thing.
Okay. So, actually, I have another idea about. Let's have you. Let's get you more experience about this spiritual ghost-like stuff, and then maybe you can guide me to get into this ethereal states, and maybe I can try to face them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if or how that's possible, but we could look into it, I guess, when we get back. Like if there's any stories or anything in the archives about people doing that.
I'm not talking about stories and files and other cases. I'm talking about real experience. You said that you tried that before, right?
Not with any level of that degree of preparedness, but kind of, yeah.
If we can scale that, we kind of tried like from 1 to 10. We tried something like 8 or 9. Maybe we should start with, I don't know, 2 or 3.
Yeah, okay, that does make sense, yeah. I don't think that we knew that that was going to be quite like there was something else there. I think I could have talked to your mom if Lilith wasn't there.
Yeah, maybe that's because of the location. I don't know. Maybe that's because of me being there. I don't know. But if you want to control this new situation of you, we can work on it.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. We will do that for sure.
Your flight is in the morning, and you're able to kind of talk about this, through the evening some. And it sounds like Walter's going to put together a training regiment for you, which is interesting, kind of cool and terrifying at the same time. And you get up in the morning, you fly back, and it's a day to work. You go into the office and there's nobody there. You do have a black envelope on your desk. Walter, do you go to the office the first day? Like when you get back too?
Yeah, probably.
You both run into each other on the way in, and you have envelopes on your desk that says that you've been invited to the Black Bottoms ball. And it doesn't say a time, it just says you'll know when. In more elegant, right? Statement than that. And the Edsel South Beach Ballroom.
So Walter does something like brings out the phone, takes the photograph, sends to the group chat, and says, "What is this?"
And Nova replies, "Oh, that's a party going on in the ballroom. I thought it was going to be in the bar, but I guess they moved to the ballroom. Maybe there are more people. You should go if you can go. It's cool. It'll be cool. You'll get to meet Eiley." And you see that in the text, Alder.
Alder, I think will first of all, because I'm assuming I'm in the office with Walter, will verbally communicate with Walter, I have the same envelope on my desk. I'm not gonna text you that because I'm right there.
And Don was not in the elevator when you came in.
I hate when Don's not in the elevator. I think Alder also might contemplate taking the stairs, but like then Walter's there, and it's like, okay, I will take the elevator with Walter. But then I will text back to Nova. Wait, who's Eiley?
Eiley Gray. She, I think she's a granddaughter or something of the building architect or something.
I don't think that Alder texts back or even like necessarily says. I think that Alder just like starts like walking out the door, and like Alder just like leaves just out the door and toward the elevator.
Walter, you see that determination on Alder that you have seen lately a couple of times.
I see. I mean, I will go after, but it's something like, oh, having a party. Okay.
And you hear music as you get to the second floor where the ballroom is. And it's like, oh yeah, there's a party. And at the ballroom, there are two people, and they say, invitation, please.
I'm assuming we both brought them. Let me hold them out.
And they look at them and they open the doors, and there's a big party going on in here. A lot of people dressed in 20s regalia all the way up to more modern stuff, ties and stuff, and it looks like a real party. And there's this, to you, Eileen, or Alder, the only other recognizable figure here is dancing on a table in the middle of the dance floor and leading everyone in the Charleston. And people look like they're having the best time. But you then see, you can't see them until you go into the room. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. You just see her dancing on a table and everyone's following along, and it's like, and then you do this, and teaching them how to do the Charleston. Their arms are crossing and stuff over their knees and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, Alder will definitely walk into the room. I also feel, for the record, I did not realize we were going to be going into the party because I thought it would be over by the time we got back. I do think that this is the shirt that Alder is wearing. It just has oranges on it.
Perfect. Very tropical.
That's my week of being out of alligator shirts, so we went with the next best Florida shirt that I had. But yeah, as soon as I don't know if Alder will notice Satori and Sam, I'm gonna be honest.
You taste...
But Alder's definitely going in the room. Oh.
Sweet liquor. Like, sweet tasting alcohol in some ways. Without even drinking.
Is any of what I taste or smell similar to the time that I thought that I encountered Eileen's ghost?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
What about you, Walter? What are you doing? You're standing at the doors, and you head in, the doors close.
I want to check the surroundings. What's going on here for real?
And someone comes over. Care to dance? We're learning the Charleston.
What?
We're learning the Charleston.
Have any drink here?
We can get you a drink, of course. And she puts her arm through your arm and leads you to the bar. Well, what are you drinking?
Yeah, I think it's something like Walter is dragged away while taking the surroundings, still trying to understand what's going on here.
You haven't been to a party before?
Not here.
Oh, well, they don't have a lot of parties here. But they do have some.
Do you have the permission for it?
Have what?
Permission?
Permission for what?
Party?
The hotel has parties as part of their services. Now, what are you drinking? Quit talking business. We're about to get down to the business of the Charleston. And you notice Teddy is in this room all the way across on the other side, dancing up a storm with some people, but staying in a corner. Alder, you head into... Where are you going?
I think just like toward the dancing, like towards wherever she is. That's
You
where I'm
see
going.
Satori out there dancing with Kyle, Sam dancing with Mace, people dancing everywhere, all following the instruction and the lead of who in your head, there's no way that it's not Eileen. It would be uncanny if it wasn't. But maybe it is a granddaughter. Maybe, I mean, that is how genetics work, as Sam said earlier. Walter, you have an unusual intuitional feeling. Something isn't right. Everyone here, like, you see across the room and you see Satori dancing, and she looks a little thinner maybe, and Sam does, and they're sweating a lot, but they're dancing and everything.
Yeah, that's quite weird, and it sounds like probably Walter has some sort of weird feel at the back of his neck, like it's almost like burning.
Yeah.
He's kind of twitching, looking at the drink, looking at the other people, and starts to think that there must be something inside the drinks, maybe.
And the girl has taken your pocket watch out. The chain is still connected. She's spinning it around. This looks like a tassel.
I'll just try to push her away and get back.
Okay, you grab your pocket watch.
Back off!
Sorry.
Hey, what the fuck is going on here?
Make me a perception check. What? Oh, you're rolling.
Yeah, I'm specialized on perception.
Okay, so.
And I have 12.
Okay. You look at your pocket watch and you realize it has stopped. And it was running just this morning, no problem. And that's where we're going to break. All right.
Come on.
We will see you in a week, everyone.
It just dawned on me that, like, oh, that's right, it was afternoon or morning when I walked in, but when you
the day
were talking
before
to Satori, yeah, when you talked to Satori, you were still saying night, so it's like, oh, something's going on here.
Technically, it would have been Sunday, but you came into work, so it's probably Monday.
Yeah.
So I probably just lost a whole day of my life to dancing in Charleston.
All right, we will see you in a week, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.